Hello everyone, and thank you guys for waiting around for just a few more minutes as everyone was getting into lobby. And welcome to Penn State League's coverage of the PSU LCS Semifinals. Our first semifinal match is going to be PSU Black versus Play4Bot. Our number 2 and number 3 teams from the regular season vying off for that first spot in the finals next weekend. As we have quite an exciting game queued up. Just waiting on draft to start up here so we can head over to that once again. Your host for today, and currently our only cast this far, is myself, Infamous Trash. And looks like we got some pretty good stuff. It will be the selection for red side, game 1 is Play4Bot. They had side selection, elected to go for the red, so they'll be on that side of the rift. There might be a problem with the draft tool, as we will be using third party, so maybe just another minute before we can get started here. In any event, both these teams climbing up through our quarterfinals and round of 16 brackets. If we want to look at our previous games, PSU Black previously 2-0ing Prank Invasion in what was quite close for a 2-0. The first game going into the 40-plus minute range. Second game as well, very tight for quite a while. So PSU Black eventually coming out on top there, but it definitely didn't look the cleanest overall. And then Play4Bot taking down Bailey's Best Dog in another 2-0 series. And going all the way back to the round of 16 as well. The teams that they fought both going either 2-0 or 2-1 in their games. Loose Organisms losing to Prank Invasion, as well as Bailey's Dog 2-0ing Apes Together Strong. So quite a good performance here from these teams thus far, being able to handedly take down their opponents. So maybe seeing the first real extreme resistance in their games. Again, PSU Black was definitely a little close to dropping a game more than one time against Prank Invasion. Quite tight games for the 2-0. As we are still awaiting a few members to return to the game. It looks like that we are readying up on to draft, and we're off. Recent patch coming out. Some slight changes to a few champions. Minor balance as we are approaching MSI patch. Get to this one. Zed gonna be banned away here by the side of PSU Black. On the other side, Kiana being taken away. Play4Bot not going to let Catalyst have that one, so maybe looking for a jungle target here in Phase 1 bans. As it looks like mid lane will be the target here. Or at least somewhat onto N0 Anonymous's pool. Waiting on that second ban here. Again, Kiana targeting Catalyst has not been a pick we've seen the meta too often in the jungle, but has been one he's been wanting to pull out. Ruck going to lose the Blitzcrank, so maybe trying to get Only Virus on something like an Enchanter is also a potential move. Blitzcrank does very well in stuff like the Lulu, which can grab you out of your team and kind of screw up your positioning in lane. Makes it a lot harder to execute on, but Virus, I know a player that prefers to be on the offensive quite a bit with his roaming supports. Leon and Nautilus come to mind as archetypes for that one. And now Graves looking to the final ban here from red side again, going back towards that jungle. Try to get Catalyst on some other picks, maybe put him on a more supportive role, stuff like the Jarvan, Jarvan, yeah, comes to mind. Maybe look here, it's the strong V1. Definitely set you up for some good team fighting, but we'll have to see how Play4Bot wants to respond. Misfortune, solid pick in the bot lane there for Abba 1, 2, 3. Very good team fighting, takes away from the Jarvan Misfortune combo that we've seen historically in both PSU, LCS, and Pro Play at large. Just very effective. You set up that Cataclysm. Bullet time straight on through, but it looks like maybe a pivot. And yeah, we're going to go with the Ezreal instead. So going to go with safety instead of the takeaway team fight pick. Ezreal able to Arcane shift away from that Jarvan EQ. Not going to get Flag and Drag, not going to get Cataclysmed as often. Significantly more self-sufficient in lane as well for a roaming support. Ezreal can just kind of sit under tower and be pretty okay. Very hard to lock down. As it's going to be Karthus into the Jarvan, going for more of a farming pick for Herb Smoker. And now, on the other side, Corki. Blinded here for Apto. Still strong mid, very good poke. Build has shifted a little bit from the extreme poke builds we've seen in the past, but quite fine blind. And it looks like Lethality Xayah would probably be the more standard option in the current meta. Might be the strongest AD carry build at the moment. It's up there for sure. Can just poke and chip away at the Ezreal. Get very easy lane pressure. Late game scales extremely well for Lethality build. Actually crazy how well this gets going as minutes tick on into the game. And maybe gonna go with support pick here for Play4Bot instead of mid lane. Unless this could be a mid pike flex, not something we see too often, but you know, available. Still an option. Again, historically hasn't seen, but has been nerfed out of that role several times over. Either way, locked in and away. Pike Ezreal, not exactly the most explosive lane that you can pair with the Pike, but very good roaming support. Fixed Fire's playstyle very well. Has tons of map impact. Kind of acts as that second jungler to maybe supplant what Karthus doesn't really want to do in the early game, which is get into lanes and go for ganks. Really wants to be hard farming, clearing those camps, make sure he's getting those respawn timers up consistently. As Soraka going to be banned away from Play4Bot, going to limit those safety supports, as well as Yone. Again, going back to that mid lane target, making sure this Corki blind is safe. Might see something like N0 go for the, you know, just a handshake matchup. Azir comes to mind, Orianna comes to mind, Victor comes to mind. Handshake matchups into the Corki that still do very, very well. Victor, of course, going to struggle a little bit more against the Lethality Xayah. A little bit harder to get access onto that champion, especially with the Feather Storm available, as Lulu banned away as well. Can keep Ruck off as many enchanters as they can. As now one more pick here, one more ban away here for the side of PSU Black. Looks like they're gonna shift the target toward top side a bit, get something away from Bane of Hades, I think. No, it's not Bane of Hades. He's the sub. Mr. Lazy, sorry. As now, blind red side here. Probably going to look to see mid lane on 4. Give counter pick the top lane. As you already see the Corki face up on the blue team. So, again, looking at something like maybe Control Mage Handshake matchup. Victor comes to mind. Ari, yep, still very strong. There you go. I always had to get through my head that champion is very meta at the moment, as it's been quite a while. Ruck has favored Renata in the past and will lock it in away, so he's going to take that into the Pike, go for those kind of control in the bot lane, as Kennen will be the blind in top lane for Cold Rice Bada. Range Bully, does well in team fight, great setup alongside the Jarvan. And hey, he got some minor changes. Wukong, possibly the look here, very hard to zone away with that clone. Invisibility is quite the strength for the character. As Hubbard, R5 top lane pick will be the Wukong lock-in for Mr. Crazy up in top lane. And that'll be our draft. So quite an interesting lineup from both of these squads thus far. Quite an interesting lineup indeed. We had the starts of maybe something looking like a team fight comp out of Penn State Black. You know, going towards that Jarvan on B1. That'd be more what you'd expect. Instead, kind of shifting more to a poke comp. You have the Corki, you have the Xayah. Kennen can follow up for some team fights, and that's kind of going to be your engage. Is this Kennen and the Jarvan going in? Maybe Corki has package to get on top as well. Could be very dependent on flanks, I think, from the Kennen. It could be a little bit harder to follow up, just straight up running into the enemy team. And on the other side, Play4Bot a little bit disjointed. What I think is a good word. It's a very, very good pick comp. Ari Pike plus an Ezreal possibly in the background is extremely good at just like grabbing someone and bursting them down. So tons and tons and tons of pick potential. You have the Karthus for late game scaling in there as well. Ezreal will scale in the late game somewhat. I mean, I don't think it scales as well as the Xayah or as well as the Corki, but in this matchup, maybe a little bit more survivable into the Xayah than a lot of AD carries that have to interact with the character more. And it's team fighting for this might be a little bit interesting. You don't really have a good front line to deal with the J4, to deal with the Kennen. You just have kind of Wukong as your pseudo engage. So gonna be going for Cyclones to try to knock up, disrupt pretty much anything that was trying to do for backline steps. She's looking onto the Xayah, onto the Corki. And again, champions that are a lot harder to have access to. Even for Wukong, Featherstorm available with that lethality will just shred you regardless of the passive armor stacking from your passive. Corki as well has the W to get away, not even withstanding the package. So can go on top of that as well. I think for Play4Bot, this is going to be quite a hard composition to execute on. Relies a lot on just getting ahead early. And while this hasn't been a problem for this team in the past with their previous opponents, I mean, they're second in the PSU LCS for a reason. Going for the straight up skill check in the early game against a team that is organized and ready to fight you will be a significantly different challenge. A lot of this early game onus riding on Virus to make some things happen on this Pike, either in bot lane with level 1 through 3, or then early game roam, specifically looking here at top side. I think onto the Kennen can be very deadly. Wukong able to grab some pretty insane early damage once he's in and on top of you. N0 again, tons of pick on the Arya if you can get lane pressure into Corki early game. With a Q-Max build, very, very nice to see him roaming around with Virus, maybe going for a pick onto the Jarvan in the jungle. Game plans like that. So pre-game prediction just on draft, gonna have to give it to Penn State Black. They have a much, well, not the easiest comp to execute we've ever seen. Significantly, I think, more well-rounded, if lacking a little bit in side lane with the Kennen into Wukong, but overall, very solid team. And I think Play4Bot a little bit of an uphill battle here. Gonna need to see a lot of early game to mid game aggression, especially from Virus, to make this thing happen. But we'll be back here on cast in just a few minutes. Gonna let the spectator timer roll out, and we'll be back here with game 1 of Play4Bot versus PSU Black. Alright, thank you all for waiting. We're hopping into the loading screen for Game 1. Runes and Summoner spells coming into perfect view as we're joined by a co-caster, Mr. Consolo. Welcome.
Hi, hello. Sorry for not being here earlier. I was held up by unforeseen circumstances. Also known as my bed was really comfortable. But I'm here now, uh, and this game looks like it's gonna be a banger. I'm liking the Corky Cannon topside. It just means that the entire team fight is just gonna be over the second both of them hit their massive abilities. Cannon with his ult and Corky with his empowered W.
Quite so. My early game, not early game, but pre-game prediction for at least based on draft alone. Penn State Black, easier to execute, team fight based, has some side lane pressure. Doesn't necessarily need to get ahead early. Very solid comp. Play4Bot, significantly more volatile. Kind of looking for the skill diff throughout the early game. Get some early leads via the only virus on the pike, roaming around, kind of filling in for Herb Smoker, who's going to be pretty hard power farming, I'd assume, on the Karthus. So,
This did take exhaust, which means he's not looking to make literally any plays early. Even if he gets invaded, his entire game plan is mostly just press exhaust on the person that is invading me and then walk away. It's a very uninteresting playstyle, but I think the lanes make up for it.
yep,
Uh,
absolutely. As we got a little bit of a bot lane cheese. N0 sitting down here as well. Will eventually back away, but is
that
warding.
does that looks like a lethality Zaya?
It
With
will be
the
lethality Zaya. Absolutely, it's gonna be
Alright.
lethality Zaya. That build is probably the best AD carry build in the game. It's up there. It's incredibly strong. Scales insanely well, which is not normally the case for lethality builds, but is
It
quite
looks.
potent. They just completely face up. A hard
Yeah.
invade with a Karthus. Jarvan is just gonna start Raptors, so Catalyst gonna do the minor adaptations. Mr. Lazy will be able to find Cold Rice Bota here as he walks to lane. Starting the E, so can get out relatively okay, but won't have that extra Q poke for lane as well. As N0 gonna take a fat chunk as Herb Smoker now gonna dual Catalyst. Level 2 to level 1 though. Catalyst really doesn't want to fight this. There's the Dark Harvest, has to flash the Q. Apto finally coming down to take out this Karthus as there's the flag, but no drag yet available as again it's level 1 to level 2 and Herb Smoker getting away with murder here as he gets the exhaust out. Apto very low, one more object. Finally does this. Apto manages to get first blood. The Pike finally coming up, but doesn't go down as well. Catalyst ticking 2 off the kill XP. And buff transfer complete, ladies and gentlemen, as I can't give it over to my co-casters yet. As Virus going for the level 1 roam. Flash forward for N0, the Charm connects, and that's an easy return kill onto Apto. So not respecting that stay there from Pike. As my scoreboard's glitched. Here we go.
That is a double buff transfer, I think is what they call that.
Double buff transfer, indeed. Indeed.
I told you it was going to be a banger of a game. So far it is. The only virus coming in to gank again. That is his playstyle when he's on Pike, right?
Yeah, no, he is
He's
going to never be bot lane. ABBA123. The name might be Play4Bot, but it's quite the sarcastic meme, as they never play for bot. It is always the solo lanes in the jungle that are played for, and so far that is going well in N0's favor. Cold Rice Bota, though, doing pretty well. And again, the early jungle pathing from this card is going to be pretty hamstrung. The Jarvan going to be able to get quite easily back in the game. Down a little bit of XP because, again, didn't get the actual red buff to start out, but still gets the rest of his camps A-okay. You get a kill on your Corki, which you're not going to be really too sad about. Should be able to get the trap for free as well. And other than the invade and the unfortunate kill mid, going pretty well in the early game for the side of PSU Black.
Yeah, it does look like they scale a little bit better, just because again the double team fight ultimates plus lethality Zaya
plus Corki
plus Gorky. Yeah, it does seem like all they want to do is just relax and play their own game. Even with Karthus on the other team, I think that they can still play for late game. I think even if Karthus gets incredibly fed, gets super ahead, it doesn't really matter because they immediately kill him in team fights and they just have to survive those 7 seconds of his passive.
Yep, and a standard early game will just be the boon here for the side of Penn State Black. Again, Can just kind of play this out. Herbsmoker goes for some very aggressive invades. They managed to push him off of the Krugs, but Can just walk right up to Raptors here as they respawn. So Karthus actually can get Jarvan's level 2 Raptors, which is pretty darn nice for him. So very aggressive play for the Karthus. Just doesn't have the lane pressure in mid to really respond to this on the side of Penn State Black. So Herbsmoker getting a boon in the form of Jarvan's camps is really Catalyst not able to get anything going just yet in this early game. Top side is perma pushing as Kennen. Mid lane it is Ahri. Flag and drag does get stopped by an E. As N0 is gonna check over here. Does just pop down a ward, so Ruck and Catalyst gonna go the safer way out. Lucian left here in the bot lane to duel it out with Abba, but again Xayah pretty content to just kind of play this one nice and easy. Doesn't need to do anything too crazy. You're going for poke, you're going for survivability, and then eventually scale into a monster that will just one-shot everyone on this team, because besides Mr. Lazy's passive on armor stacking on Wukong, no one here is going to be building that. So Thali will just rip it with Shreds. However, it will be first break over to Herbsmoker and Virus as they will take this early Cloud.
That's the scary thing about Karthus. He can just take those early drakes because he was level 4 there. Pyke is not known for being super helpful when taking drakes, so that was pretty much a majority just Karthus at level 4 pressing Q 100 times.
Already has the short seed as well, so went for the very early damage build just to get a little bit extra clear speed, a little bit extra damage on that E.
And as Jarvan, I'm a little annoyed about this. I'm supposed to be the stronger character in the early game, but you can't really do anything to exhaust Karthus. You just have to play around your lanes, hope that Karthus doesn't get too far ahead. There's not much you can do.
True, there isn't much. Of course, Jarvan always going to have that utility scaling, which makes him so prevalent. As top lane, though, level 6 all in by Cold Rice Bot. Mr. Lazy needs to tick 6, can't get the minion. Oh, but the Q misses, and now that means there's no stun. So Mr. Lazy gets out scot-free. Cold Rice Bot flubs the all-in, and now is in trouble. Karthus coming up, no ulti available. Yep, Cold Rice Bota overstaying his welcome. Catalyst is here to counter. Mr. Lazy, though, can go forward. There's the EQ. Gets flashed away from his Herbsmoker going forward. Cold Rice Bota dodges one, but now he's exhausted. Can't walk away. The flash over the wall. Can't find the Qs. Mr. Lazy going low. Grabs the counter kill. And there's the Triumph feeling. It's a disaster. And Play4Bot comes up huge as the charm lands mid-name. N0 just going to burn the ult. He gets Q'd back anyway, but now the ult misses from Apto. And I think it might have been Penn State Black needing to take a warm-up game with some of these skill shots, as the kill's just one hit away in a lot of these cases.
That does mental damage as well. Like, you want to talk about gold advantage, that's all well and good, but mental advantage is where it's at. If I lose a bunch of kills to being just 1 or 2 auto attacks away, I'm gonna be thinking about that for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the top side, that's Cold Rice Bot, the 1 Q whiff. That would have been a secured kill on Mr. Lazy had it hit. The stun would have connected. He would have gotten 2 extra autos off minimum. That would have been the kill. The whole gang situation would have happened. Then played too aggressively on the tower, not respecting the Karthus' ability to roam up. And that now is a huge loss for the side of Penn State Black. As, again, this whole team's idea is let's snowball. Let's get ahead early. Let's try to, just get more damage than you can deal with. And so far, so good for them, as they're sitting around a 1.2k gold lead in Play4Bot. The Ezreal farming up just fine. Actually going to be a deficit here for Lucianal. Just missing a few creeps on the waves. This has a way pushing in, so should equalize a little bit, but nothing too terribly insane. And the Karthus is just going to be absolutely massive in this game.
Oh, yeah. Karthus is pretty much guaranteed to be massive when you don't have lanes that can really push into him. Like, as well as Corki and Cannon are in teamfights, they are not Karthus punish lanes. They are pretty much just push the lanes in the tower and hope to god they don't get ganked. Which is not really what you want. You want aggressive laners that can, really help you deal with the Karthus if you're into an exhaust Karthus. So, he gets to free farm. He gets to just play the herbivore style of jungling, take his camps for as long as he wants, as much as he wants. And that is a little scary.
Yeah, but it looks like there's going to be a lot of pings from both sides on this blue buff. N0, maybe one to contest it here. Before we having to W away, as support has already roamed up to Catalyst, getting a look in on for the Ahri, but again, ulti available, can use the Spirit Dash to get away. Virus, though, stunned up, taken down before the fight can even start off. And that's huge damage from Apto, and suddenly 3 quick kills come in. And it might be a fed Karthus, but you're still a squishy champion. big fight
Yeah.
there in the river. Just a little bit too late on the top lane. Rotate from Mr. Lazy as he was pushing under his tower. And without the setup from Virus, good fight over to Penn State Black.
They also get Rift Herald off of that, which is it's gonna be a pretty huge gold swing. That's 3 kills worth of gold. The Rift Herald
down. Lucian's is up here though, so it looks like they're gonna rotate him mid lane here. His Apto's gonna go catch that bot lane farm. Yep, that's gonna be the play. So they're gonna rotate Lucian mid. And
nice
again,
macro.
like this from PSU Black. Hey, we're gonna go for a Rift Herald play off that pick. Lucian can just come up to the river if they're gonna fight it. And we said Apto bot. It's a Corki. He's gonna be totally fine to farm up against the Ezreal. So we can send the Xayah mid. We'll send Renata to deal with that, and we can switch back whenever we really need to.
That's actually, yeah, that's very nice. I wouldn't have even thought of that. Karthus is going to just continue to hard farm.
Oh, interesting build coming from Catalyst here. It is the Conqueror Jarvan, but is still gonna go Sunfire. Normally on this Jarvan, the tank Jarvan build, we do see the Chem Tank is the preferred option, so you do just get guaranteed engage late game. Going for more of a, no, I wouldn't say duelist build because you're still building a Sunfire, but a little bit more damage.
I think Sunfire is the duelist build. I think it synergizes really well with his E passive, which just gives him a bunch of attack speed. Because if I don't think I'm wrong about this, the Sunfire burn procs every time you auto attack, which it means it's essentially on hit damage. If I read the description of the Sunfire cape right. Because I'm pretty sure there's a different build where you go lethal tempo with Sunfire Cape just to get that burn damage off really, really consistently.
And actually with the committed of topside down here in mid, Mr. Lazy coming down, going to be a 4th straight here for Play4Bot. He's going to grab that second one. Instead, rest team going to go farm, has a TP to go, respawn again. Didn't get the back though, so a little bit of an awkward position for Mr. Lazy to be in as he burns his TP without the reset. So bot lane might be the look here. Karthus is level 7, so has had ultimate for quite a bit. We haven't seen the Requiem channel.
He's waiting for those sweet Dark Harvest stacks.
I mean, that's what you have to wait for. There's no point in popping it haphazardly, but
yeah,
it is just a little bit of a slower game here. Dragon Stacking is into Play4Bot's favor, so a little bit against the grain of what you'd expect. From these two teams, you think the Jarvan would have the more ready access, but with the Pyke roaming all the time and with a Corki mid, because Corki, to be frank, does not do anything early game.
He literally doesn't do anything.
Yeah. You just don't have the pressure to actually capitalize on the early game jungle pick. Again, the Jarvan will be fine later on as a source of just engage, but isn't exactly going to be good or terribly useful early on when you don't really have the pressure or setup to work off of. I am going to curious to see if he does elect to go to the Zhonya's build, because again, the other build we've been seeing on junglers, Volibear and Jarvan in particular, is that Zhonya's second. So you just go in, you get a guaranteed engage, and you just buy an absolutely ludicrous amount of time for your team. Jarvan also, you have that minor AP scaling with the E damage.
Yeah. The AP Jarvan
here, yeah.
Hey, listen. As long as you have AP scalings, it's technically not terrible.
Yeah, if it's not the worst. Volibear, I think it's significantly better on, given that he actually has significant AP scalings, but it's going to be a trade of map sides here as Cold Rise bot and Catalyst take down one turret top lane. Should be able to get a charge up on the second turret. Bot lane was looking for a dive, but again, your Pyke Ezreal, even with a Karthus, that's a hard ask against the Xayah.
Yeah.
And it will just be the conceding of Jarvan's bot side camps by Penn State Black for their top side shenanigans. Mr. Lazy, they're going to find Cold Rice Bot. I don't know if he wants this sauce, though, as there comes the ultimate. Cyclone's going to buy a little bit of time, but Cold Rice Bot, oh, barely manages to grab the stun, but now the second Cyclone down. Cold Rice Bot a bit on board. He can do the flash of the Q, and then he flashes in place. Cold Rice Bot goes down. And the Kennen misplay is becoming a little bit more apparent. The Bork as well for Mr. Lazy doing so much work healing him back up in that fight. And
wow, that was just unfortunate. It really did look like it was going Cold Rice Bot's way until the Wukong randomly pulled a bunch of damage out of nowhere. Like,
yep, Q-Pock for the armor shred.
I forgot this Q.
Taken down pretty low here as he whiffs the GLP.
GLP?
Everfrost.
Oh man, this is season 12.
It's Geo. It's the same thing, man. It's the same item.
So one interesting thing is that wow, I cannot speak. One interesting thing is that Herb Smoker is only one level up on a Catalyst, despite being a pretty significant amount of farm up. Like even after taking his entire bot side.
10 camp lead there and about.
Yeah, he's only one camp up, and this is because of catch-up experience, which is pretty much the only thing keeping Jarvan in this game.
Yeah, and gold is also dead even between the two. Is not a single gold advantage. Kennen still is in the gold lead top lane, thanks to a lot of those plates. Then again, the mid lane is actually ludicrously in favor of Corki. 1,100 gold the difference. Probably the most substantial lead we actually see. And most of the minimalistic gold lead here for Penn State Black is actually into Apto.
Apto, I mean, Corki is a very strong scaling champ. I think if you want a gold lead, you want it on Corki.
Oh yeah, the gold's definitely not bad. They're just surprising considering the CS. Not terribly far off. You know, kills are equalized. Hasn't gotten too many plates. You know, it's nothing has really happened around the Corki this game, but still substantial. That's pretty much the entire gold lead as Mr. Lazy is slowly forging away. Again, as the game goes on, Lazy gonna be more and more happy to take this side lane matchup against the Kennen as those magic resistant items coming in. He already has the Bork for the duelist idea there. So still can opt into his mythic. I'm assuming it's going to be Sunder. Sunder would be the by far best, I think, buy. But what do I know?
Yeah,
maybe Gore Drinker is still a play on that champion.
The issue with Gore Drinker, I think, in this game is that you're never going to get a chance to proc it on multiple champions
Apto,
unless you get a really...
brush. That's 2 AP champs. Apto trying to get away. Ezreal, though, can't find a good follow-up, but Coldheart is exhausted, so the Kennen is countered as Pike grabs the hook, but he's just grabbing a free Cataclysm on the enemy team. Ooh, Ezreal misses. Catalyst barely lives with the shields. That will push the side of Penn State Black off on his pick. Luciano, though, maybe caught out here. Has to ult. Abba flashing forward. There's the heal out, waiting for the Blade Caller, but just used it and it isn't available. So now, dragging him, he started up. Smite also used by Catalyst. Penn State Black has no vision on this Drake. They might not think they've started it. But there's the hook onto Catalyst. Charm connects over the wall. The W gonna buy some time, but there's no one to follow up the kills now. Berserk goes on to Mr. Lazy. There's no one there for him to hit. Berserk hits on the Ahri, and that's big! Cold Rice Butter grabs the kills. Mr. Lazy on the backline on two. Ruck and Luciano try to kite away, and Luciano will just get it. It's a triple kill, meanwhile, for Cold Rice Butter in the pit. The Kennen doing a ton of work on the TP flank. And that means that it's going to be a Dracula carrot and a huge team fight win for Penn State Black.
Like I said, it's the Corki team fight. He got package, he pressed a W in, and then it was over. It was...
Yeah,
I mean, that's all you really
need. With the Maw of Mount Mortius.
Yeah. It didn't even pop, I don't think.
No, the Hexdrinker popped in the previous fight, which is how he lived the initial pick with Ahri Karthus. Then he went back, bought a Hexdrinker, and TP back to mid for the fight.
Average Corki experience. Yeah, like I said, it's just their team fight is just so much stronger because Ahri gets a pick, sure. Mr. Lazy can get maybe a flank off to the back line, but what's the back line gonna do? Renata just grabs Wukong and throws him away, and then Xayah, even if you get close, has her ult at any point, and she's lethality Xayah, so it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt a lot. Xayah ult hurts no matter what build you're going, because that sets her up to kill you with auto attacks, or it just kills you.
Yeah.
One or the other, and I mean, big job by Ruck there in the middle of the fight. The Renata ulti barely tagging Enzir, so he couldn't charm anyone out of the pit. Just got absolutely deleted by the Kennen upon entry, so the Renata...
Yeah, that was a very well played fight as well. Like, that wasn't me going, no skill comp. No, that was just very well played.
Oh, absolutely. As now, Herb Smoker going for another invade, but is to be found by Opto and Ruck. Opto very tanky versus these two champions. Again, you have a Hexdrinker Corki. Or a Maw Mortius now, but was a Hexdrinker, now is a Maw. So Karthus maybe getting pushed out there. This is Lazy. Cold Rice needs to be careful. Doesn't necessarily win the outright 1v1 if Lazy gets on top of it. Now the engage from Catalyst here, trying to cut away. Alba's there, but big ulti from Renata means that the Karthus cannot escape. Doesn't have the Requiem back just yet, and it looks like no further re-engage available as Enzir didn't want to commit the ult E for that play.
I think there was also a big fight top lane that we missed out on because Cold Rice Bada and Mr. Lazy are both very low, both flash. Yeah.
As Luciano caught out here by N0. Oh, Will just burned the ult, so very respectable, even though Ari had used most of her damage there. The ulti could have extended the fight, but again, you could have saved the ult a little longer on the Xayah. Note that will not be up for Baron spawn, though I do have some doubts about anyone going for a 20-minute Baron in this game.
Yeah, neither team really has the damage to take it down. I mean, maybe if Xayah was going the crit attack speed consistent DPS build, maybe PSU Black would have a chance.
If you go ahead crit, probably, because you do have the Kennen top lane, which is significant DPS.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
does Kennen top actually have significant DPS on Baron?
It's still an auto attacker. Damage. Virus gets picked off here by lethality. Xayah. Catalyst going very low with the Ignite Mr. Lazy, looking for the re-engage, going forward. EQ combo, though, will get the Jarvan out, as once again, the Ezreal ulti going wide of its target. Rock stepping forward, looking for a pick. Doesn't have a pullback just yet, as it will just be a little bit of an ARAM here, as Catalyst goes to kill his camps. And game is slowing down, and as we said earlier, that kind of favoring Penn State Black in this instance. We got 130 in the next drink, plenty of time for the next objective. Can get another blue buff onto Apto, keep pushing out these lanes, and so far, win con for PSU Black is more than functional. They're going to get this tier 1 mid as well.
The Rift Herald's coming down. I don't know. I think the game state is just going to be pretty slow for the next while, as both teams are just trying to get as much farm as possible. Because I think both teams see a path to victory in a team fight, with the Wukong Karthus ulti combo being pretty much
they're going to get tier 2 as well. So yeah, just sees 2 on the side lanes. No, doesn't think they're going to commit the TPs, and yeah, just go straight up for the tier 2. Very nice read of the map there by Penn State Black, although I think the punish was available if the Play4Bot wanted to commit those TPs in, just nowhere to really do it.
This is a quadruple TP game, so we could potentially see any 3v3 immediately turn into a 5v5.
Quite so, as now team's going to go Purple Dragon. It should be actually Play4Bot with first access here, as a little bit of a late reset by Penn State Black. Play4Bot just coming out of their base after coming out that mid wave, so should have plenty of time to try to come in and clear a lot of this blue vision. You see set down Ruck, as always, doing an incredible job with vision control, as is his wont. As Herb Smoker gonna find Catalyst and Ruck, and team is not here to respond. Apto actively resetting in the bot lane for package, and N0 grabs a big pick on the support. Now the TP coming in from the top lane. Kennen coming on the flank. Catalyst trying to buy some time. N0 though with the spear dash going forward. Virus gets a reset now. Cold Rice bot trying to find kill. Exhausted down. Still gonna pop the ult anyway. The slicing Maelstrom barely finds Mr. Lazy. That's back. It is Opto deletes Virus. Lucianal comes in, finds the blade color. On to 1. Now the Karthus ult coming out force. N0 though cannot carry it away. Lucianal throws ult the wrong direction. Abba almost chunked low. If the ult was thrown towards him, probably would have just gone straight down to the fountain just from that alone, as Herb Smoker and Abba still going to try to do this break. It is the 2 highest damage characters on the side of Penn State Black. Lucianal does have a blade collar, can try to counter smite away the dragon. Zapdo though taking a lot of poke. Dark Agent in from Abba, can't find the kill, just flash away as Lucianal goes forward, misses the blade collar, and it's a shutdown for the 1 health. Ezreal is Opto forced to kite away for now, and a misplay by Lucianal trying to duo target that instead of trying to focus down one or the other. The blade collar was off to the side, didn't have his feathers set up onto the Ezreal, and that means that the dragon, while dissuaded, the fight significantly more even in favor over to Play4Bot, as they're going to be first back out on the map.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff just happened right there. I think that PSU Black just needed to wait for their teamfight carries before engaging. I think Jarvan should have just let Renata die, as mean as that is, and just walked away and waited for Apto to show up, waited for Cold Rise Batter to show up.
Yep, now second fight, and Cold Rise Batter looking for N0, gets a good chunk of damage off, but Slicing Maelstrom barely not available just yet. Catalyst still has everything up, a lot of flashes are down. Xayah ulti gonna be up his hill, but Dragon down to 2,600, 1,611. Stolen away! Catalyst finds the spike up in Renata Glad's ultimate. Cold Rise Batter finds the Slicing Maelstrom onto the front line, and that is the top laner deleted. Virus finds a kill in the back, but Herb Smoker's already down. Now Catalyst gets reset. Virus has another one, but the Renata W is going to keep him alive just for a little bit longer. That means the reset stopped where they stand. Cold Rise Batter very low, dodges away from the Ezreal ulti. Is now Abba and N0 push forward. It's Virus on the backside to turn this fight around for Play4Bot. The resets huge for Pyke, though it is Dragon secured in a 3-for-3 fight for Penn State Black.
I really do like the idea that Play4Bot had there. They thought Corki's package is down, Cannon's ult might be down considering he just used it last fight. We're never going to get a better opportunity. Let's just force this dragon the second we respawn. And it would have worked if it wasn't for the Jarvan steal. That was just unfortunate. You can't really prep around that. Listen, it's a 50-50 for a reason. 50% of the time it works, 50% of the time it doesn't. I like the idea though. Otherwise, just a truly unfortunate steal.
A little bit for Play4Bot there, though. Gold pretty much equalized as Pyke passive does a lot of weird things with gold.
Yeah.
As the game goes on.
Pyke in general does a weird stuff with gold. Because to balance it out, I'm pretty sure he specifically scales worse with gold.
Yes.
Than like any other champion.
Very
in the
bad
game.
gold scaling.
Yeah. Because he only has scaling on lethality and attack damage, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. And it is not great.
It is not
It
great.
is not great. That's where the balance comes in. While Pyke does get his cut, i.e. the 300 gold for the kill or the shutdown, whatever have you, the other character gets 300 as well. So you're still getting gold for your team, and that's the whole point of Pyke being a support, is Pyke can grab kills and still give gold to his AD carry. And that's kind of more or less what happened in that fight, is gold lane going to be equalized. Is all, I think, 3 or 4 of those kills that Virus got with ulti over those 2 fights. That's double gold. You're getting off those 600 gold minimum per kill is quite huge. As Virus is going to be spotted out here on a ward again. It is Pyke, so Slippery Sucker is just going to be able to slide away.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Pyke gets double gold for the kill then, because he gives himself a cut and he gives his,
if it's
carrier
unassisted.
cut.
If it's unassisted.
Ah, okay.
If
That
it's
champion
unassisted,
is
he gets double gold. If it is
very
assisted,
wonky.
he gets 300. The assist champion who got one of the assists gets 300. I don't know how the assist gold is necessarily determined if there's multiple assists, but another character does get 300 gold in that case. The Pyke will get the shutdown if there is a shutdown to be had, though. So any shutdown gold is lost essentially onto the Pyke.
Yeah. I think it goes to whichever character Riot likes better.
Possibly.
So in this game, it would probably go to Ahri just because of all the money she makes on skins. If I had to guess.
New Arcana skin, very good. Riot is really coming for my wallet on this one as they release they're releasing Xayah and Arya Arcana skins, which are 2 of my favorite champions to play. So unlucky.
Looks like a fight might be breaking out.
No, it's just poke.
Just poke. Looking at wards.
Yeah, problem at this point in the game, there's not really that many objectives these teams can really take easily without putting themselves in great risk. And mostly unnecessary risk. I mean, you have tier 2 mids already down. The only one you can maybe look to push for is tier 1 bot. You don't really want to do that while Baron's up. You really don't want to commit a significant number to that bottom side of the map with the big purple worm on the rift. So it is just going to be a lot of more or less posturing from both these teams until this next Infernal Drake spawns in about a minute. So that'll be the next major setup, and I mean both these teams have want to get on their soul point drakes. They might be able to pick here top side. I don't know if N0 wants that smoke though. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna clear the wave.
Yep, that's a very tanky Corki with the Malmortius.
Oh, that's a 3 out of Corki actually. I didn't even notice.
This man he is beefing up. He's going he's Luden's poke build as well, so those rockets are going to hurt.
Wait, pause. I didn't even notice this. Ezreal does have Prowler's Claw. Huh.
Not terrible considering the lack of true front line, but still not what I would necessarily go. Is the Prowler's Claw just going to go for both? Apto needs to W out of this one. He's just going to burn the package, actually, so already big cooldown committed is now 3 show bot side. That's going to be free Baron top. Cataclysm as well burned for Mr. Lazy, and they're going to try to counter the Baron play. Dragon is up available. Cattle should be able to hurt, so Herbsburger may go down. Big or not ulti, not going to find anything but the Ezra, who's going to almost kill Virus. Exhaust comes out, starting a Cold Rice spot as Herbsburger goes down. The Baron is secured by Abba123 as Cold Rice spot. No Zion's Veil is just going to die here. Flashes up the wall to try to grab a kill. Returns Opto, no, going forward. Abba goes down. Virus finds Rock, gets the reset, but goes immediately to the Xayah. There will be just 1 Baron available, so actually the contest going quite the way of Penn State Black as they're able to come around and contest that. honestly surprised.
Wow.
Smoker was low enough to just get bursted down. Luckily, they do secure the Baron. It doesn't go over to Luciano or Apto in some way. So good on to Abba123 for managing to burst that one down. But yeah, with one Baron remaining, I mean, gold is still technically in the favor of Play4Bot, but maybe not for very long as this inhibitor does fall. Are you going to be able to get some damage on
if I'm PSU Black, I'm very pleased with that play. We get a soul point off it. We remove Baron from everyone except the Ahri, who's a pretty good side laner.
Okay.
Right?
It's okay.
You are the Ahri connoisseur.
She's okay. She's good this game for sure, but normally she's just okay. And it's mostly covered from her safety from Spirit Rush, as we'll find a charm here onto Apto. Needs to be careful. Yep, there's the Spirit Rush out. So now, as you can see, the collapse is completely useless, and that's where the side lane pressure comes in. It's not really from excessive damage or wave clear, just from safety point of view. Does have the opportunity to outplay that, so we'll be able to push off and save that Baron. Looks like going to be heading down here into the bot lane, and Zero going to continue to push these side waves in with Baron. As mid lane with that inhibitor down, not necessarily the place you want to focus, so that tier 1 mid's still up and available. Bushies.
Ooh.
It's smelling very cheesy.
Breath.
Will spot it, but it's a little too late. Is Mr. Lazy going to shred his armor? Catalyst, buying some time, has the stopwatch. As big cannon ult for on. Woo! Lazy just gets deleted, and that's AP Kennen.
Alright.
Wow.
Well, there he goes. His passive only gives armor, right? Or does it
yeah,
also
it
give
gives armor. It's not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it just gives armor.
Yeah.
Onto Wu Kang. As another collapse here onto N0. Again, Spirit Rush available. On less than a 60-second cooldown at this point in the game. Rank 3. We'll just get immediately put into the Cataclysm. Again, though, it's has Spirit Rush. Has Burn 2 charges already, so maybe Apto can go for a cutoff here. And that is a lot of missile damage. Wow. There's your 4-item Corki.
A little bit of AP Corki. Oh my god.
Yeah, that is a 4-item late game hyper carry for you. 3/4 your health with 1 rocket.
I do want to see his passive damage now, because that is going to be horrifying.
That is quite insane amounts of damage for 1 hit. No auto attack, just 1 proc.
It doesn't look like Jarvan is going to go that Zhonya's build that you were talking about.
No, he's going the Gargoyles instead, which is also fine.
Yeah.
He did burn his extra stopwatch, however, so won't have that available. Will act. No, he's going. Oh my god, this
Guardian
is a
Angel.
build. Gargoyles, Sunfire, GA. Forget the Zhonya survivability. Actually, if he go, the only thing, can you build? You can't build Guardian and Zhonya's, can you?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, the only thing more amazing is he goes Guardian. He goes Zhonya's Hourglass as a 4th item here. Can you imagine?
Well, he sold his Kindle Gem to buy the Guardian Angel, so he was building into something else and decided that it didn't actually matter.
Oh, and that's a big pick from Cold Rice Bot and Catalyst on the Herbsmoker, but he's got the Zhonya's Hourglass himself. Now, Kennen ulti going very low. Has to use the Hourglass and Catalyst. Finds a big Cataclysm on the enemy AD carry. That's a kill in. Is on the backside. The Requiem and the Cyclone not going to do too much, but Virus has a reset. There's a lot of low champion health bars here on Penn State Black, so need to be a little bit careful. Still, minute 7 Drake comes up, so this team fight really just an exchange of gold between the two things.
It's always so nice when teams handshake things.
Yeah,
what good sportsmanship.
It's an honorable pick. Just an honorable pick duel. I'm waiting for Catalyst to sell his Null Magic Vandal and go Zhonya's Hourglass. That'd be unbelievably funny.
I'm believing. I'm a believer.
Jump in, Zhonya's Hourglass, Gargoyle Stoneflake, dies, gets back up.
Renata W.
Actually, the better way to do it would be go in, Gargoyles, then die, then Zhonya's after you die. So they can't pick you on respawn.
No, guys, look, he just burned Guardian Angel. We can get him. No.
Surely now he's vulnerable. And
surely we can stack in the Cataclysm now.
Yep. As 13 seconds on this break left, looks like it's going to be some posturing from Penn State Black. Apto hurts.
Yeah, and he does have package available. So if I'm Penn State Black, I would tell Apto, hey, go deal with them, zone him off the dragon.
Virus
We just
gets
rush
popped a little bit. His own Mob Malmortis. used as Cold Rise Bottle looking for Abba. 5 on the backside of the flash. Herb Smoker into the backside Cyclone as well onto Abba for the carries. Cannot fall. No, Apto into the Zhonya's. It's one odd tech away. Should be able to get secured. Yep, the flash away does not matter. Shutdown onto the Corki is huge. As now the rest of the team trying to get away, but Xayah 4 items in herself. Lucianal going to do a ton of damage as well. Those Soul secured by Catalyst with a solid smite, and that means big advantages to pick onto Lucianal. A shutdown onto Virus. Now Ruck all alone. Jarvan trying to come in and change the course of fate. But the Berserk not going to matter too much as Catalyst going very low, has the Gargoyles. No Guardian Angel available though, and that means it's actually going to be a full ace for Play4Bot as the over-aggression bot lane is punished by N0 and company.
It's a disaster. It's a disaster. That was just a series of unfortunate events. Lucianal gets caught out, Rook goes in to save him, a Catalyst goes in to save Rook. It is gonna look like a Baron angle for
yeah, no TP
Bot.
available. Apto does have his up and available. There's no TP ward. You have to TP to that top wave there. Nope, it was going to TP to mid turret. They might be here in time for a little bit of a contest. The Kennen again has a lot of onus, but Slicing Maelstrom still on CD for a few more seconds. Virus also able to try to come up here and do some interference with N0. The Ahri Spirit Rush. There's the GLP into the kill. And that is most assuredly the Baron going to fall now as your main source of poke is dead and gone. Xayah not here just yet. Cold Spot gonna dodge away from the charm. Can't get in the page yet. Mr. Lazy is very low. A Virus still running interference, and without Catalyst, without App though, this team has no way to contest, and suddenly it is a 6,000 gold lead into Soul for Play4Bot as they have another Baron to play with.
I still think PSU Black is in the advantage here. I still believe this. I think that with their team comp specifically, Infernal Soul is just so insane. As long as they can survive this Baron push, they should be fine.
Yep, Herb Smoker though coming online as well with 4 items. The Karthus slowly kind of coming together as he's just been mostly dying every fight. However, Karthus, you know, utility after death is part of the gimmick.
Utilizing passive.
As Virus picked off the Cold Rice bot, grabbed the Maul. Malmortes is buying so much time. The shutdown though still onto the Kennen. 800 gold. It's N0. Can't find the pick onto Ruck. The charm goes wide. And with that, it's just going to be a quick shutdown onto the Kennen, and everyone else going to back off for the time being. No major objectives, no reason to die further for this base. And we get another reset.
This might be a play for Elder angle at this point. I believe that's what's going to happen. Both teams are just going to be pretty neutral, and the entire thing is going to come down to the fight at Elder Drake. That is my current prediction. Just because neither team wants to go too insane. Like, only Mr. Lazy and Virus want to dive. I guess Abba can also dive as well on that team, but Herb Smoker and N0 want to be like skirmishers. They don't want to make super hard engages.
Yeah,
I think that both teams are just going to wait until Elder to do something. Just because of, you know, pretty passive way of playing this game so far.
For the most part, quite indeed. We're getting to the point now where pretty much everyone is online. You're getting the finalizations in builds. You see the GA on Corki now completed. Kind of interesting one GA over Zhonya's, but fair enough. Going for the Resurrect, just kind of expect to be bursted down before he can press some buttons. At this point, Karthus very online. The Ezreal very online. Xayah is going to be hitting like a bus alongside of Corki, as well as Cold Ricebot, who's been doing, besides some whiffs engages in the early game and some skill shot problems, has been doing quite a bit for his team in terms of damage and picks. Slicing Maelstrom onto, especially the Pike, very, very potent. Yeah. And really, if they can get through a lot of these resets that Pike keeps getting in these team fights, because again, you can kind of Requiem Pike at this point in the game and get a reset off and kill the entire team. That's going to be a challenge they have to face when they have this Elder Drake in 1:35.
They're going to look for a pick before Elder Drake just so they can get set up everywhere.
Yep.
Like, a pick at this point won't matter for actual Elder Drake, but it will matter for the prepping of Elder Drake. Just because death timers are, what, around 45 seconds long?
Probably 45, 50 seconds at this point in the game, I'd assume. Somewhere in there. I didn't check the last time someone got gray screen, but we'll note it next time around. And of course, you also have PSU Black. They have the boon of that Infernal Soul. So doing even more damage than they already were with their poke comps. However, Apto, ooh, barely does away from the GLP.
He does have Guardian Angel. He has some safety. Both the Catalyst and Apto have their Guardian Angels up for this fight. But
yep, and Zero
still
finds
very
the second
dangerous.
charm there. So yep, Apto just getting chunked out trying to get this poke in as he gets counter poked himself. Just fighting blind into the Ahri is not going to be a viable course of action for the Corki. Catalyst and Ruck here goes sitting on the flank. Need to be careful as Virus spots him out. Oh, misses the flag and drag. Manages to dodge away from the hook.
Corki does pick up the package.
Yep, 24 seconds though still to Drake means it's maybe an early package. They kind of want to pick the fight now and try to grab some kills before this thing spawns because Corki package is not going to last long enough for them to get back for the actual post-Drake spawn as resets. Trying to be taken here. I think maybe Play4Bot having a little too much on them as they're going to be pushed out of the Baron area, or the Dragon area, sorry. And now they have to check into the poke comp, so going to be a little harder. Looking for a blast cone play, does get in, spotted out though by Apto, so they do know the angle. Still as slow as there, pick on a Herb Smoker, but he has his on, he's gonna buy a lot of time. There comes the Cyclone, as well as the rest of the team, but that's a lot of damage from the Maelstrom, and that means a few quick kills as Lucio. Gonna need to burn the ulti here, no reset for the Pike as Apto goes down to the Karthus, the AD carry, also very low. Virus, not gonna find picking yet. Ruck, though, flashes away from the E. Lucio dies to Krugs! Oh no, it's a disastrous Virus. Flashing away from Catalyst. Ruck as well, still in the mix of things. Virus just kind of looking around, see if he can grab a pick on somebody. Is still a Lethality Pike, still does a lot of damage. Coming forward, Colroy's bottom spots him out. Q from Renata misses. It's gonna be a very slow Elder. Ahri, no TP, so it's on to Virus to stall this one out. Virus back in the pit. They see him E over. Will he be able to steal this one away? 300, smited away by Catalyst, and that means that Virus is deceased. It will be after a very scrappy fight. Penn State Black who comes up with the Drake. And Zero, though, looking for a pick. Ooh, stops Ruck's reset, but does not hit the charm, and that means that everyone is going to be getting out scot-free on this one.
That Xayah flash over the wall into Krug skill was certainly a moment. Sorry, I'm stuck. I'm thinking about that. It's gonna be very difficult to get over it. But yeah, that did go pretty much how I expected. The Corki W and the Cannon ult won them the fight. You know, it's pretty standard late game. It's not Bronze Zodia, but it's just
Virus
press R team comp.
unable to get the resets, gets zoned away, and the bots on the map misses the ulti. Just kind of ends up, and now, I mean, Penn State Black full onus even with the gold deficit to force this Baron. You have the Elder, you have the Infernal Soul. This is your time to fight. You pretty much cannot lose.
I wouldn't say cannot.
That's why I added the pretty much.
Pretty much. It's always good to hedge your bets as a caster. For every guaranteed fight win, there's another absolutely not guaranteed in any way fight loss.
So, and that'll bring the gold lead pretty much back, even though it doesn't really matter at this point in the game as everyone is at their max. Virus is going to sneak away a red buff like the cheeky sucker he is. However, it will be just the Baroned up mid push. Again, might just even look for a overextended fight here. The Elder gives you so much power to just take these.
Herbs Smoker completed his Rabadon. That is a 5-item card. That is very scary, even if you have Elder.
Yep. And they're going to just kind of push this in, but the wave clear might be there with Karthus, but their towers are going down. Polarized Bota can't find the charm away from Herb Smoker. Now the Zodi as well, Cyclone onto the backside. Mr. Lazy trying to get it done, but the Elder falling off as the shutdowns come through, but the Nexus already falls. The damage is there, and it will be Penn State Black squeaking out a victory at still a 1k gold deficit. Just barely able to get the Nexus turret down in that last team fight.
Yeah, that was a banger. I was looking away. I was looking at Cold Rice Bata killing Karthus later on there. I didn't even notice the Nexus actively falling.
Yeah, they just one-shot all those turrets. Again, late game Corki, man. You two-tap.
Yeah.
It's the 1-2 punch. Yeah, definitely an interesting game. I don't think very cleanly played by either of these teams.
They were handing the game back and forth.
Little shaky warm-up game, we'll say, for both of these teams to start out with. And we're gonna have
seeing some good macro play from
yeah,
PSU Black.
Absolutely. Yep. Macro is there.
But I'm expecting to see more of it in the next game.
Yeah, and hopefully, clean up a little bit of mechanics, maybe some of the shakiness gone. For the first game, again, it is semifinals, so some pressure. It's not, a regular season game where you can throw every single game could be, well, now could be your last if you're on Play4Bot.
Hmm.
But we'll have to catch them when we're back on the Rift here for game two. Otherwise, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break here on cast. And we'll be back with you guys in a few seconds. All right, everyone, and welcome back for Game 2 of PSU Black versus Play4Bot. PSU Black going up 1-0 in our best of 3 series. So they're going to advance to match point as we are already in a draft. So flipping over onto that screen, Zed banned away, Tryndamere banned away. So already some differences from Game 1.
I'm enjoying the Tryndamere ban. I think that character is far too strong right now. I know it's not like an unpopular opinion, but I think he just is too good in all levels of play. Like competitive, organized, solo queue. He's just fantastic. Echo ban.
Yep, Echo banned away. It's good to note, same sides. Play4Bot did elect to go red side once again, so they will be sporting out the R5 counter pick.
Vex ban. All right. Is Apto a known Vex player?
Probably. Apto has a quite deep champion pool.
Yeah, I think he's an everyone player as long as they go mid lane. I like the Kindred ban. I'm really enjoying the Kindred ban because I'm a known Kindred hater. Especially when you blew one Graves.
Yeah, coming from a Trundle Udyr player, I'm not very surprised by that.
Listen, I'm a stereotype. I just think it's mean that she gets to jump away from me and I don't get to follow. Jinx Wukong. Alright. So maybe it actually is a Play4Bot angle this time. Play around Jinx, you know, get her ahead. Then she just becomes a hyper carry at 3 items.
Yeah, essentially that's the play, but again, Jinx very blindable. The biggest counter we see is Lucian Nami. I'm not sure if Luciano would like to go down on that one. Instead, they're going to B2 Twisted Fate.
Alright.
Despite being quite strong in the side lane as well as for pick, does have its counters. Sylas is the first one that comes to mind if red team wants to R3 a Sylas pick.
I think it all depends on the blue 3 pick, whether it has a stealable ult, and that looks like a very good Sylas game with the Xayah.
Yeah. Xayah locked away on 3 to secure that one away. They are going to go instead for the Veigar, so less for the roam and more for the late game. Play4Bot going for scaling this time around, not necessarily as all over the place.
Now, the Graves is flexible. He can go top lane here. And they can pick a jungler that can actually punish Veigar. Because right now, Twisted Fate and Graves, it doesn't exactly turbo kill Veigar, which is what you want. Meanwhile, something like a J4 can just really punish Veigar's complete lack of mobility. The Cannon ban to punish last game. Ooh.
And yeah,
Jackson Gwen bans.
Jackson Gwen, so top lane pool going to be cut down quite a bit. Gangplank as well would significantly reduce. Some options here. Maybe going to see some tank top laners. You're looking at the Ornn, which is very good right now. Up in top lane, that could be picked away here.
I think Ornn here is a pretty bad pick. Just because you mostly pick Ornn because he's blindable, rather than because he's great into that specific comp. I think Ornn into Jinx Veigar. I think Jinx buys a Lord Dominic's Regards. Veigar buys a Void Staff, and the game is over for Ornn. I think if you're getting to the point where you can build like the Ornn upgrades, it doesn't really matter because they have a Jinx and a Veigar, and they just outscaled you. I'd like to see like a really aggressive top laner to punish Gangplank. That is exactly what I wanted to see. Or that also works. Aurelia into Gangplank, I'm pretty sure is fantastic. Just because you have enough attack speed that you can kill his barrels before he can kill them. But, or they're picking top lane now. There's so many flex picks, I don't know where I am. Looks like they're gonna be picking support.
Quite sure, as yeah, we have support counter pick that should be coming in here for Play4Bot. Let's see. This will pretty much determine what they want to do here. Blitzcrank is available if they want to go that angle. Instead, they
Zillion.
go for the Zillion.
Oh. I know he's a good champion. I know he's very strong. I hate seeing him. I think he just slows games down, despite speeding people up. And I don't know, I just don't like seeing him because he makes bot lane very boring, especially after level 6. His entire thing is just stopping people from doing things, which I mean is fantastic if you're playing to win, but it does slow the games down.
Quite slower, yep. We'll get it. And the only thing with Zillion is there's really only 2 people you want to ever ult in this. I think Wukong and Jinx are like, maybe Veigar if he gets really heavily doved on, but it's a lot tighter of a margin overall.
Yeah. I also don't understand the Lulu pick here. That is also what's confusing me. Because I see Jinx, Veigar, Gangplank, and it does look like it's going to be a Wukong jungle pick, by the way, but I see Jinx, Veigar, Gangplank, and I'm like, I want to punish this. I want to make sure they have the worst time possible, so I'm thinking like maybe an engage support, like a Nautilus that can just permanently roam to mid lane, right? Grab the Veigar, kill him, or like a Leona, like, you know, walk into their jungle, punish them for having no prio. I don't see the Lulu angle here, really. There's no one whose attack speed you really want to boost that high, if it's not Crit Xayah.
Yeah.
You will have to leave the team and the client.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, switch to spectator.
Thank you, sir.
A little bit of a caster gap.
Happens. Working on some stuff in the background here, so
yeah,
making sure my stuff's all good on my angle.
Aurelia top into Gangplank. Now, I don't play either of these champions. I don't know exactly how this goes, but given that it was a counter pick, I'm pretty sure it is going to be Aurelia takes the lead. Vale is complaining about Zillion being the GOAT champ.
Yeah, it's interesting. Zillion has its counter that's interesting to play against. We'll have to
He's so boring.
see how we do this. I mean, it is lethality Xayah, so the committal is not really necessarily on the AD carry side of this matchup.
We aren't sure it's lethality Xayah.
It's lethality Xayah. It is.
They picked a Lulu with it. It might be attack speed
900% lethality Xayah.
Oh. I believe it's Crit Xayah. I believe in an interesting game. Vale's correct though. If Zillion was an E-boy, he would be getting nerfed every patch.
Is quite strong. I'm not gonna deny that. I think it's more his play rate. But
yeah, no, he has. That's the thing about Zillion. Again, he is very boring, but he is very, very strong if you know how to play him right. Because it's the only virus on Zillion, so he's gonna be using his move speed to just roam mid lane. You know, make Twisted Fate, regret being born, and then just roam back bot. You know, use ult to stop a dive. It's Zillion. He doesn't even get punished that much from roaming, just because his passive gives him the XP that he's going to be missing.
Yep.
Alright, who do you think won draft? Who do you believe won draft? I'm thinking this Play4Bot pretty easily.
Yeah, Play4Bot probably has the better one this time around for sure. I think there's still definitely ways that PSU Black fights, but
they have to look for more picks. This is Apto on Twisted Fate. Nothing is impossible. Apto on Twisted Fate with a free lane. I think if they do win this game, it's because Graves got so far ahead. You just can't do anything into him. I think that's the win condition for Penn State Black.
That probably is... It's kind of like reverse roles of what we saw in Game 1. Where Game 1 we had Play4Bot going with more of the pick comp. And then on the other side we have PSU Black going with the very good team fighting. Now we have the opposite, where team fighting to the side of PSU and then, or PSU, Play4Bot, and then PSU Black having the more picks out comp. Not to say there's no team fighting available here, but it is going to be a little harder. Going to need to play a lot more side lanes with the Irelia with a Twisted Fate. Should have a little bit of an interesting time with that because you're against Gangplank in a Wukong.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It is Wukong jungle.
Yeah,
so.
it's Gangplank and Veigar, and if you're Twisted Fate, you don't really want to be 1v1ing either of those champions. It is wave clear and get out of there. I don't know. I think Play4Bot, yeah, they have 5 very strong champions. They have a pretty easy to execute team fight. It's Wukong goes in, Gangplank presses R, Veigar presses R on someone, Jinx gets excited, the team fight snowballs out from there. I just, yeah. It's very difficult to imagine PSU winning, PSU Black winning.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a significantly harder game to play. You don't have the reliance on the late game scaling. You have a top lane that is difficult. I think Gangplank is going to be pretty okay in this matchup for the most part early on. Irelia, of course, does have the better all-in, but Q poke plus barrels on Gangplank do a heck of a lot of damage. I think Catalyst going to maybe having a little bit more trouble against Herb Smoker, trying to keep off something as sticky as Wukong can be. Even on the Graves with the smoke screen with the dash. And then, I don't know, the thing I hate, I know it's strong right now in some way. I hate seeing Twisted Fate blind. I think this champ is like terrible blind. It does no damage.
You don't pick Twisted Fate for the damage.
Yeah, but then they don't have a comp that doesn't even want to play around Twisted Fate. Like, you don't have like a hard side lane winning comp. You're either you don't have like a Fiora or a Jax or like stuff like that. You have an Irelia and a Graves.
This is true.
It's like Twisted Fate's not gonna win side lane against Gangplank. He can't fight Wukong. Veigar just doesn't have to interact. I just think this pick is so bad.
But it's Apto. It's Apto on Twisted Fate.
Apto, I'm not saying it's nothing about Apto. Apto is pretty freaking good. It's just Twisted Fate's like he's putting on the you know how most of the meme is like Rock Lee takes off his training weights and you become OP. He's like putting the training weights back on. He is putting on the training weights for this.
Well, that's because he won game 1.
Fight. Yeah.
In game 3, he's just gonna he's gonna pick Gangplank mid, and the game will be over.
The game will end.
Yeah. But then, there's no interest to it. You have to get to game 3. We have to get to game 3.
I would assume it's quite likely with the current drafts we've set up, but hey, what do I know? We'll have to wait and find out as we get on into the loading screen. See what runes we got going here.
Ooh, let's see. Let's see if Vale has an aneurysm at his computer.
Oh, we have a fair bit of inspiration secondaries. A lot of inspiration secondaries.
A lot of inspiration secondaries.
So
do you think
possibly more than a few cookies lurking around. Get some crumbs.
I'm smelling. We got Sugar Rush Zillion on the other team.
So it's a sweet treat for all in that case.
Yeah.
I mean, this is gonna probably be another game that goes late. I'm not sure about what you're thinking here, Mr. Connor, but I'm thinking this one goes pretty late.
I'm thinking that it gets to Soul Fight. I think PSU Black gets wiped at Soul, and then the game is over. That is my current prediction.
That's a pretty fair one for the most part. I will fast forward to make sure we're synced up.
Yep.
And we're synced. So, looks like it's going to be a bit of a level 1 attempt here, but from PSU Black as they're going to approach this mid-brush. Of course, level 1, not terrible. Lulu's kind of cool with that AoE slow skill shot as Abba.
Ooh.
Apto has gold card, has Predator Boots
Predator.
start, and that means it's a pick on the AD carry. And while I hate Twisted Fate, that is a pretty cheesy move.
Twisted Fate isn't blindable, he says. He's walking in the lane with a Doran swing and a pair of Predator boots.
I don't know. I don't think he actually gets Doran. I don't think he has the gold unless
He has 400 gold. He got first blood.
That was 450 for Doran's, but I could be mistaken. Instead, he's gonna go with the amp tone. Ah, who cares? He gets amp tone start with Predator Boots mid. We are gaming today. As that's some pretty serious level 1 cheese. Luckily, Abba smartly doesn't blow the flash, doesn't blow the heal, knows he's dead as soon as that stun card hits. Once gold card makes contact, you're getting hit with everything. Is a good note, Cold Ice Vada did have to start Flawless Duet in top lane against GP level 1.
I think that actually is the meta. I think you don't want to contest GP level 1, so you
I
use
think you start W then,
Flawless
no?
Duet. No, you use Flawless Duet to get the first 3 melee minions
I see.
from range. But it looks like it might be a Wukong cheese gank in the top lane.
Very possible. Again, no Q on Irelia means this champion is not as mobile as normal. Yep, there's the pump. We'll see if Cold Ice Bot snuffs it out. Yep, spots out Herb Smoker, so maybe had an idea, and Flawless Duet comes in handy.
Yeah. Absolutely nothing comes out of that, and Wukong just loses his blue buff for free.
Yep, we'll get spotted out for it, so yeah, we're just gonna go for vertical here.
Yeah, vertical jungle. That's entirely fair.
Not something we see too often, surprisingly. Normally you see like a 3 buff if it's that, and actually contested. Irelia wants to fight this with no jungle. This is
an ego play,
but it's working.
No, it is definitely working.
So
sometimes
Williams
ego plays
lose a fair bit of creeps as Ruck hits 2, goes for Virus, chucked down low is already the Zillion. Lulu does do a lot more early game damage as Xayah can't find the Q, which means the QE is not going to be able to land. As Graves still bot side, might look for a pick onto Wukong here, but Veigar close in tow, level 3 to level 2, red buff secure. There's the nearsightedness as Herb Smoker gets hit by Lulu, flash away, gets the smite off as Catalyst gets away, but now is 4B1 on the backside of the fight. Flash is going everywhere. The Xayah now here's more as Catalyst still isn't dead, gets the smite, gets the blue buff, and gets out scot-free. Are you kidding me, man? And now, after looking to extend the fight, gets the gold card, N0 very low. Blade Caller barely doesn't kill him. And that's, count them, 1, 2, 3 flashes burned in that one play for just Catalysts. And he still gets the buff. As Lazy, maybe in trouble here. Cold Rice Bada. Oh, but the barrel connects the W. Does enough damage. Cold Rice Bada after the scuffle top lane to blow the flash. And the Ignites gets the solo kill.
So I don't know if you saw this, but a Catalyst held his smite until he could get the blue buff. He was actively dying, he was burning to death, 4 people were killing him, and he still held his smite so he could steal the blue buff away. He didn't get punished for it either. It was...
No, he got out scot-free. It was Jungler Flash for blue buff steal into getting out scot-free, and then 3 flashes including AD carry and support and jungle. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's I have to go watch like in depth like how this man did not take more damage than he did, and get the blue buff. But now it is 8 to 27 in creep score in the jungle. Herb Smoker is still level 2.
Yeah, it's Wukong jungle for sure. I think that the random level 2 gank on Irelia really just screwed him over way more.
Yeah, somehow with Gangplank not rotating down to help the Wukong earlier, actually lets Irelia defend that blue buff, which means it is going to be just a 3-quadrant clear for Graves after all is said and done.
That is absolutely not what you want to give Graves. That is awful, terrible, just the worst thing in the game.
The winning top lane already as well, going a little bit south with the Gangplank dropping a kill. Again, Irelia early game does get poked out, but eventually we'll have the all-in threat to just kill this GP when she has the ability. So when it's a good idea.
They are on a ward.
Yep, they are on a ward, so Ruck does need to be careful. Veigar Suncage is available as Lazy gonna be okay, I think. Maybe takes tower shot from Cold Rice Bada as has orange, still has corrupting pots. Probably has Time Warp Tonic as well. I don't know. I can't see secondary runes, but likely when you take
Both top laners are full build.
Sheen, Gangplank, and
Sheen,
Fantasy.
Gangplank. Yeah. Gangplank does have Time Warp Tonic.
Coldrizebot does need to be careful here as he's level 5. Wukong will just kill him.
Futures Market and Time Warp Tonic.
Alright, Wukong is spotted out, which means Dragon for free over to the side of PSU Black. Though it is going to be a freeze top lane, which means Coldrizebot gets to suffer a little bit more into the range versus melee matchup. But with Dragon going over, that's a trade I think the team is willing to take. And no, it'll slow push out, so it wasn't even going to go for the freeze anyway.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Sorry, I was looking at runes for a little bit. The only people that did take biscuits were Lucianol and Rook.
Interesting.
And you know, they both have assists. Meanwhile, Jinx and Zillion have none. So I think
note, Ruck has been using at least using his biscuits for some mana, some worthwhile venture. Lucianol still has yet to pop a single one, as Abba going to attempt to counter his way as Catalyst. Screw it, man! Go for the 2v1. Your Graves versus an AD carry Zillion. Yeah, you just win those, I guess. So doesn't get the drop, but does give him a nice scare, I think. As now Coldrizebot able to set up a freeze topside, looking for an all-in with Vanguard's edge. Falls to wet, not landing yet. Stuck, delays it the whole way. Mr. Lazy though. Oh, ult gets the Q out. Are you kidding? He waited just a little too long for the ultimate to come up, and that means that it's going to be Irelia getting out for the time being. But with corrupting potions, Mr. Lazy does get the TV back in, but nope, here comes Twisted Fate, but he has no mana! He has stun card, he has an auto attack, and that will be luckily enough to do it with just the blue card. That was a little funny if the TF just TPs up with no mana and Gangplank walks away.
Immediately dies, yeah. But let's check the jungle CS again. It's a small 35 CS difference, 2 levels.
Approximately 700 gold between the two of them. That's just in farm. That's all just creep gold. There's no kills on either one. Mid lane is now ludicrously ahead for PSU Black, with TF getting first blood plus that kill top lane. Is now ganking mid with Virus. Apto though already has an Everfrost, which means he gets to buy so much unbelievable amount of time. Stun card coming up. Flash away from Virus. He's literally just got to pull down. Stun card does connect, but the flash away from Enzio means that it will be not really doing too much. Apto almost goes down to the Veigar W. And with that, this can be a play mid lane. Let's rotate up top lane for the bot side of PSU Black. Again, doing this very familiar Herald play. We're going to bring bot lane up to mid, secure the first Herald, and then send TF down into this bottom lane to survive, get some farm under tower, and then switch back later on. So, gank in mid. Lucianol is 6. We'll just burn the
flash, yeah.
I think he could have just ulted and skirted out of that one if he wanted to, but instead will burn the 5 minutes cooldown.
He does still get stunned by Veigar Cage if he tries to leave an ult, correct?
I don't know. You're untargetable, so I'm not sure how that works.
He doesn't just fly over the cage, surely.
I actually don't know what the interaction is off the top of my head.
I'm pretty sure he does still get stunned.
He does,
just
yeah,
because
flash is fine.
Yeah.
He's gonna burn some more time with the ulti in the cage, but either way, as it is, Herb Smoker does finally take 6. On his blue, have some plates mid here for Lucianol. So we're gonna get first Herald. You're gonna get plates mid lane on your AD carry, free farm on your AD carry. Your bot Apto gets to farm a bit. Still, these are all gonna be spotted out on this board. It's gonna be a Herald play for first turret mid lane. And Connor, I think PSU Black, despite the comp discrepancy, is doing a fantastic job in this early game.
Oh yeah, no, they are absolutely doing like exactly what you needed to do into this comp. They are just taking everything they can before the team fight potential comes online. Because even with how behind Wukong is, he is still Wukong. He still can press R in a team fight. But the question is, are they ahead enough to make their team fight to make PSU? No, sorry, I'm getting my head mixed up. Are they ahead enough?
Too many P's.
Too many P's. Are they ahead enough to make Play4Bot's team fight?
You have to hold that thought. Apto is getting a little overly aggressive. Herb Smoker is here, and he is hungry for some TF. The flash away will be met in kind. Yep, that is a super make a death target for the kill. Burns the Destiny as well, so that cooldown is gone. And yeah, a little over aggressive there into the 2v1. knowing Virus did not have ulti maybe spurred that one on, but you know, you get a little bit of an int. You get a little bit of an itch for an int when you're ahead on TF.
Known TF hater. I think he got a little bit overextended. This is true. It wasn't just because he was on TF. You can't tell me that if you're 2-0 as a mid laner.
No, I said 2-0 as a mid. No,
bit.
it wasn't TF. It was just as mid laner as a whole. He's 2 on the field himself. The TF part has nothing to do with it. As Alba does manage to pick up 5 plates in the bottom lane off of that kill. So Aurelia gets a counter gank.
Aurelia gets Bork, which means the game is over.
Not necessarily. That's a lot of CC. You have Gangplank Barrel to cut through, Veigar Stun Cage, Zillion exists. As Zero gonna find Catalyst here as the setup for the Drake is coming up.
Gangplank Barrels cut through armor, but he didn't build any armor, so pretty much neutralized.
Totally. That's absolutely how it works, man. Just don't build armor against lethality, man. It's fine.
It's percent armor pen, not lethality.
It doesn't matter, man. You're gonna get shredded. It's a Gangplank Barrel. Those things are thermobaric devices.
You're saying words. You're making up words to talk about Gangplank now.
I'm pretty sure thermobaric is not a made-up word, but go ahead.
It is for me. Apno.
Yep.
Might be
Under pressure here. Good second, but he gets slowed up by the Zillion, and that is essentially a root. There's a lot of damage, and actually a trade kill by Catalyst.
Virus didn't even realize he was getting killed. He didn't even pop ult. He died with ult up.
I think he didn't expect the TF burst plus long-range Catalyst snipe to secure the deal from half HP. But,
it looks like TF might be going Zhonya's second item.
Maybe. Very nice.
That is what
tight. Veigar's head is. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Correspondent does manage to get out again. Very clean solo kill from the black top laner. As Virus realizes that he should not be here. Does have the ulti, so is a little harder to dive.
Yeah, I don't like this dive at all.
No one's taking aggregate. Catalyst finally takes it as he tries to get the kill, but yep, burns Zillion. Has to burn the flash away as N0 comes in with the Event Horizon, and not really worthwhile gank.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't ever like diving a Zillion. That's another reason why I hate Zillion. He makes it so you don't want to make plays like that. It's just safer to let him be. Because that was Zillion ult, which is on a decently short cooldown compared to
Speaking of which, good Event Horizon on to Twisted Fate. Stuns come through. Apto cannot move. Does get a gold card off, but it really doesn't do too much. And that's another Destiny. Really doesn't get a conversion. Well played by N0 with the cage. As now, again, just kind of a lull state here as Ruck backstop. Might be a pick here as well as Apto and Ruck both got out. It has to burn the flash. Stun card Cyclone. No one's going to be advancing that. Smite away. And the return revenge. Now Catalyst and Apto trapped in the baby cage. There comes the layered ultis. And 2 quick kills. For 3 making Play4Bot. Abba grabs a double. And pick off in the river. The Predator Veigar comes up huge. Big stun cage on 2 as now Corner's Bottle looking for Herb Smoker. Gets it with the W, but he's barely not going to be able to get the kill. Needs one more auto attack, but that is a Zillion, my friend. And that means that Herb Smoker is out of here in a hurry. 90% movement speed increase is really cool, man. Glad that's on a 5-second cooldown.
You know that it's a 99% point and click slow. Do you know what we call that usually? A root. We call that a point and click root. With some caveats, but that's
a route you can dash with. You can bring your route to places.
Yeah,
you can burn your flash in vain.
Yeah.
As Apto will die if he steps up here. Oh, maybe not. Doesn't have too much barrel damage just yet with one item. Ignite goes down though. Do you know more I see Gangplank set that up against TF in the side lane? The TF just dies. Does burn the flash still, so well played by Mr. Lazy.
I think Gangplank needs to hit level 13 before he can really start killing TF in the side lane, just because he needs the barrels to connect to catch up to him.
More than a singular Essence Reaver and no boots.
I really think he could kill him if he had level 13 there. His barrels were just too slow. Because at level 13 as Gangplank, your barrels tick down. Yep, twice as fast.
And 0. Up here top lane, Catalyst try to push Herb Smoker off of this crab. Has plenty of support in tow though. As Cold Rise Spada is going to be the first to rotate. Vigor cannot beat the Aurelia down here just yet. Catalyst, though. I don't know if he got the grab or not, but either way, the fight's breaking out. Cyclone on the backside. Big Vigor then finds everybody on the backside. Here comes the Destiny. Shut down, though, onto the Aurelia. The Zillion ulti going to keep the Jinx alive. And now Herbsburger buys so much time on the backside. Opto trying to cut away. Gets tagged up with the Zappies. As Mr. Lazy comes through on the side. Luciano unable to find a Blade Caller. Catalyst looking to go in, but he's just in the middle of the meat grinder. And Enzer gets an easy kill. Oh my guy, what are you thinking of? This is a zoning team fight comp as Abba finds Zappy. That means Apto is surely dead. The TF doesn't accomplish much as Ruck trying to cut away. Will do so unsuccessfully. Eventually, Mr. Lazy gonna grab the kill. Yep, snags that one up, and that is easy 4 kills. Luciano the only one to survive. Rift-Tailed is up, Dragon up in 15 seconds as well, and now Play4Bot taking it right back into their hands as the team fight comp has come well and truly online. 4-1 on the Jinx, 3-0 on the Veigar, and the side lane's just not coming together for PSU Black.
Now, I am not a pessimistic person, but when there is a 4-1 Jinx with a Zillion on the team, the game is a little bit over.
It's a little doomed.
Because the thing about Zillion is that it just makes strong characters stronger. Like, you can't run away from Jinx when she has passive up, but now you can't run away from Jinx when she has passive down. But, like,
Veigar as well, easy cage access.
Yeah. And then, once you finally get onto Jinx to try to kill her,
Fires.
well,
Luciano whips the Blade Color, ignites down. Fires looking for a solo kill, but might have bit off a little bit more he can do. N0 here, though, to support. As the Dragon is secure on the bot side again. Not really any room to test here for Penn State Black as Ruck. Good thing he has the slow.
you're getting some good action of a Twisted Fate hitting a tower. Very nice.
Some side lane, so there you go. You're getting some side lane now. What the comp was meant for.
Yeah, I think at this point it's just Jinx farms up until you literally just lose. Because it does look like she's going Phantom Dance second. I think.
On Jinx? I mean, you can still double longsword. I'm trying to remember what builds on double longsword.
Yep, Phantom Dance.
Phantom Dancer, yeah, there you go. I would say it's probably PD. I just had to think if two of them had the same build path or not. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, Phantom Dancer is Runaan's, but with long swords instead of daggers.
Yeah, Ruck. Yeah, find out as the Baron setup comes in here from Play4Bot.
I don't believe that's Baron at all.
Oh, it's a Rift Herald, you're right.
Yeah, this game is going pretty fast considering both teams. I was expecting there to be a Baron in there as well.
It's 130 less than the Baron, so technically it could be Baron setup. You're within the ward timer.
Yeah,
I'm not wrong, you're
just
wrong.
barely within the ward timer.
I'm not wrong, you're wrong. Trust.
Believe me. Ooh.
Yep, Mr. Lazy gonna be underneath the dive here. It has a king but it's just not enough. But Whole Rise Bot going yet falls to the burn damage.
Gangplank
So,
Ignite
doesn't it be a
and
1-for-1?
passive. At this stage of the game, a Gangplank Ignite plus passive does 300 true damage. And then I have to see how much his passive does once he respawns. Oops.
We shall see
Caster
is...
Gap.
Yeah.
Casper.
What? I'm sorry?
I said caster gap
Oh.
because I couldn't see what the Gangplank's passive was.
Oh.
I wasn't. No,
I
this
don't-
isn't an insult to you.
Okay, that's fine.
So his auto attack plus ignite does 630 true damage
That is...
out of Aurelia's 1600 max health.
That's a bit of a monk of if you ask me, my friend.
That champion is a little strong.
Little interesting. But, so far, I mean, gold lead's still somehow in PSU Black's favor. I think a lot of the standing gold on the outside turrets is coming to play there, but because they do have mid-tier 1 still down. Either way,
Well,
it's
also
very
raises
close
up
game.
quite a bit of CS.
Yeah, it raises up a lot of CS. Either way here, mid and bot for the side and top lane as well. Really, it doesn't look like with the score line. Extremely strong here for Play4Bot. This Veigar is massive Jinx, massive Gangplank, going to be massive. Who is well on his way.
Serpent's Fang second, which is interesting. I like that a
It's
lot.
into Lulu.
No, it's into Lulu,
And
Shield
Shield
Bow,
Bow,
and then
yep.
2 Eclipses. 2
Yep.
Eclipses as well. I really like that. I think Serpent's Fang is an underbought item, considering what it does. Ooh, they might be looking for a little bit of a pick on Apto here, but...
Yep. Herb Smoker is quite far forward in the enemy jungle as Apto. Needs
Oh
to be
my
a little
god.
careful here. Yep. That's a speedy Wukong. Flash forward, flash in time, but yeah, you don't need too much more than the Veigar ulti there. And
Yeah.
yeah, Zillion's
Then I
a
get that-
cool champion, man.
Oh man, I love Zillion Smile. And that's 600 gold directly into Veigar's pocket from the tier 2 turret. 10 stacks, Veigar with, oh my god.
Cold Eyes Bot is going for the 1v1. Auto attack the minion.
And
Should
he
be
still
able to
kills.
still get it, yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Sure.
That-
The Aurelia special. Miss everything and still get the kill.
Catalyst's gonna go on Herb Smoker. Has support coming along the way though in Abba and Virus, so we'll be getting a Zillion ulti here as Blade Color not set up by Luciano. Destiny though on the backside, grab the stun card. Good damage, and that's gonna be everyone falling down. Abba the last one standing, but there he is, the stun case. Catalyst grabs the kill, but can he live long enough with the wild growth? Cold Rice Bada in the backside managed to push off N0. That is a huge series of kills. I'm not sure what grabbed the AoE. That was an AoE root, I'm guessing, from Luciano?
Yes.
That grabbed everyone? Yep.
Apto. No, I thought Apto came in with an Everfrost.
Oh, it was Everfrost. I got it. Okay, I didn't think Everfrost. I didn't see which one it was.
Yeah, I think Luciano didn't manage to hit the 3 blade collar.
I just saw Root.
Yeah. I believe it was the Twisted Fates Everfrost because they were all lined up in that corridor so nicely and neatly for it. Yeah, like I said, I think it is this defense.
Yep. And they're getting Dragon and Baron off this, so Pensive Black, despite the
why are they stepping off it?
they're trying to hold
What?
for Graves, I think, because they Gangplank might have ulti. I don't know, but this is really. Oh no. Oh no. Didn't happen. See, the death timer Aurelia, it's fake. It's just spectator bug. Not dead. Totally has Baron.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. Out of respect for Cold Rice Bada, I'm going to.
Meanwhile, N0 going for a big. Oh, my Ruck is gone. Goodbye. Good night. Back out with you. Great all does quite a bit. Luciano, yeah, he does grab a kill on an Herb Smoker there with the help of Apto. So 1-for-1. Support for jungler.
Lazy, clears a ward.
Aurelia should be. You know, spectator bug. Can't see her on the map yet. Will be there in a few seconds. See, we can see her. Just look for, the quick reset. So that will mean.
After that mid dive.
And mid turret is almost certainly gone as we're going to get an actual stack check. Veigar, 270 attacks, 721 AP.
Yeah, that is very difficult to play around.
As Destiny in the mid lane grabs a stun on to the only Virus who flashes away, but the Everfrost finds him. Flashing kind from Luciano, but maybe a little bit preemptive as doesn't have the blade cost up. The auto attack was a little bit at an angle. That means the Zillion does get to walk away, burns the 80 carry flash as well as Destiny for just the ult flash of his own, and you take those as a Zillion support. Now, calling back some resets to defend this mid turret with the Baron pushing in. Aurelia kind of having to group here as the only member of the team not with the Baron buff.
No,
So,
that's a spectator glitch.
my apologies. It's Ruck.
Rook also does
Ruck
not
doesn't
have Baron
Baron.
buff.
It's
Yes,
spectator,
yes.
spectator bug. Surely.
Let's transfer it over. Surely Aurelia doesn't get killed while just staring at Baron.
Surely not. As Gold Lead does extend to around 2k, so power play around 1,000 gold here for Penn State Black. As people still completing items. You got 3 items on TF now. Xayah still working on it. Luciano does do quite a bit of damage. Still just kind of working on getting that blade color setups to actually work.
Wait.
Apto. Stun card. I don't think N0 knew Catalyst was there. And yeah, question mark Frog is certainly the angle, as that's a huge shutdown.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Baron buff up, that just means you don't have someone that can side lane defend against Apto. You have to pull resources away.
Yeah, this is
It's
a
kind of
series
dangerous.
of unfortunate mistakes. This game, that's what the title of this game is called. You want to title our VODs, A Series of Unfortunate Mistakes.
Aren't you the content chair? Don't you title the VODs?
Totally.
I mean, that's your job.
It's. We'll see. Well, I
Alright.
think we automatically upload now, so it's fine.
Ah, you outsource to a robot.
I outsourced the Twitch algorithm.
Classic computer science dude. Doesn't want to do it himself. Sick gangplank combo on the minions.
Might as well test it out, man. Not gonna need that other barrel anyway.
I mean, that's true. It does. I think its barrels don't even have a mana cost.
They do not.
Yeah, so it's just wait for the cooldown. The cooldown is getting to be pretty short.
Cooldown's pretty short. He also gets
Gangplank-
the extra barrel. I think it's 4 now that he can hold.
He gets up to 5.
5
at level
now.
50.
I knew they buffed it. I thought it was 4, not 5. But that's a lot of barrels.
It goes up. It goes up
As
with levels.
flash in bot lane. Full Roach bot, just gonna force that one out. Mr. Lazy, knowingly, even if the Vanguard Edge does get sidestepped, will just die anyway, because just Irelia thinks.
Very Aurelia moment. Yeah, both teams are just gonna be poshing around Baron.
And
Twister's
the Infernal
does have
Soul in
Destiny,
50 seconds, sir. I'd say Black does have Soul Point.
I think that they could look for a pick here with Destiny, but it looks like
They're gonna take a late reset here to go grab some last minute buys. Infinity Edge for Graves.
wait, pause. Graves only has 40% crit. An Infinity Edge passive is not proccing.
With the Collector?
No, Eclipse doesn't give any crit.
Yeah.
Infinity Edge.
Yeah, you're
he has
right. Yeah, that doesn't add up.
Collector Infinity Edge, that's 40% crit.
Yikes. As Apto
Oh.
caged up. Not gonna matter just yet. Barrel's getting set up though. Stun card does land the barrel, so Miss Lazy not gonna get the pre-fight chunk, is just gonna try to wane out this Vegas Predator. Not that it really matters, because Zillion E exists. And now the posturing begins, and again, advantage of these posturing fights over to Play4Bot. They have a extremely good team fight. Here's the flank. Herb Smoker, though, on vision. The Destiny spots him out, immediately pops the Featherstorm as Herb Smoker off to the side. Now this fight is split, and that might be advantage over to Penn State Black. Ulti hits Irelia from Vagar, but popped by the biggest big barrel damage. Herb Smoker now onto the backline. Luciano, though, grabs. Going to him, N0 finds another one onto Apto as Cold Rice Bada. Now the life of the team, but Abba grabs the crit. N0 can't get away. Luciano finds the QE combo, but it's a fight win for the side of Play4Bot, and Dragon there's to take with Herb Smoker. The split fight advantage to PSU Black for a time, but not indefinitely is now. Dragon going low. Luciano can try to steal it with QE, but it's going to be a little tough. The only virus is going to get chunked out instead. And big come up there for Play4Bot to try to bring themselves back in this game. The team fight prowess of this comp showing itself.
Yeah, like I said, PSU Black is ahead, but it's hard to translate that gold lead into anything really relevant when the other team just has a Wukong on your backline, Gangplank blowing up your front line, a Vygar existing, and then a Zillion stopping you from doing anything that you want to do. I mean, even if you were about to kill Jinx in that fight, Zillion has ult up still. He didn't burn it. Like, Jinx was never even close to death.
Yeah,
Which is the most part of
the
it.
1v1, but N0 is here with the TP. Rux taking a lot with the Wild Grip, but Virus also has an ult of his own, and that means 2 quick kills as N0 going in. No Catalyst lives for now, and goes down to Abba as Cold Rice Bot is into the backside. Barrel, though, chunks him down and low. The fight is over. The damage is done, and free Baron over to the side of Play4Bot, but Vagar and Jinx and Gangplank 2 hitting critical mass for this team to deal with. Mr. Lazy's going to die to Baron again!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What is going on?
2 top laners died of Baron in these games. Where am I? What happened? 40% crit Infinity Edge. Top laner's dying to Baron. Wukong level 2 gank. Where am I? What happened? This is fantastic.
Well, all this game needs is a tiny car and pack seating to go with it. Because we're rolling out the circus for some of these moments.
This is...
As gold is about evened up, but team fights surely going the way of Play4Bot now. Jinx as well with the Guardian Angel not dying anytime soon.
4 item Jinx.
Yep.
Zillion ult. With Guardian Angel. It's a little slow.
I mean, PSU Black not really playing around their win con this game. Need to get this side lanes going. This is how you're going to beat this team. You very obviously cannot team fight against this. You gotta start trying to get some pressure. You gotta start trying to make some stuff happen around the map. Split up Play4Bot and try to grab them in transition, because just going for the 5v5 is unlikely at best.
Yeah. Especially because...
At zero, who cares about turret? You have Zillion E. You just keep running.
You just go in. Yeah, they are just so fast.
And they're gonna nuke these turrets with how much damage they have, as Catalyst is low, has to ult away just to get away from pressure. Mr. Lazy does get chunked low by Lucian's feathers. Just be careful. Gold, or not gold card, red card hits. Inhibitor surely to fall here with the Baron. Feathers still doing quite a bit of damage. Lucian getting the setup available to do damage with these for once. And now just gonna be kind of resets and regrouping, taking of the camps before this next Infernal Drake spawns in a minute 30, because even if Play4Bot is advantage, they definitely do not want to give over the Infernal Soul.
Oh,
as Destiny, gonna try to pick up fires. Stun card lands. I'm assuming there is the Everfrost. Stun from fires doesn't hit. That means another gold card is coming. Flash forward for Lucian to grab the kill. Not sure if it was worth a flash for the support there, but good pick. As that flash is going to be very down for a minute and 20 time, and Zillion very much will be back up into that dragon fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was worth it at all. Unless they can get...
Sure, as big Vanguard's edge here, Corner's bottom trying to find his way on Earth Booker. Grabs, falls to wet, but the stun is in, and that's a bigger ulti. And the engage is stopped. Ruck blown to pieces by the barrels. And now flash from Earth Booker. No flash and from Lucian. You used to kill the Zillion. Oh, sir. Does manage to luckily walk away as Big Blade Caller. Doesn't find the damage, though. And Earth Booker lives just barely. This is a interesting game, to say the least. As teleport's coming back out, we have 40 seconds till the Drake spawns.
I was passing control of this game back and forth.
I guess Apto not thinking he could get off with the normal reset, as he TPs to mid lane and then resets.
Huh. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, because he will be there for Dragon. His
Destiny
ult
will be up.
Yeah, his ult will be up. His teleport will be up in next Dragon anyway. It's very strange.
As Catalyst spotted out here, taking a check on the virus, but N0 is waiting in the wings, and Ruck steps forward.
Oh,
yeah, you can't see the Everfrost there. It's vertical dip. Lucian has the ulti. No flash available. Needs to set up these feathers in the right positions, but now ult is down for the Infernal Soul. Does get a few chunks, but again on Abba, not gonna matter. On Wukong, matters very little.
Looks like they might just be giving it.
Yeah, I mean, they had it's gone anyway. They can't, if they're not already there, there's no contesting that. And yeah, just gonna slowly bleed away here. It's gonna be a 7 Drake game.
So a Catalyst is now building Hex Drinker, which also does not give crit. So he will be sitting on his 40% crit and Finby edge for a little while longer.
Quite a while longer if this game is going any but the direction we are currently seeing on our screen. Apto, gold card snags, but again, it's Zillion. Doesn't even kill him with the Graves ult, and yeah, critical mass is an understatement for this GP. Look at the damage, man. Shut down on Lucian. That's going to be the game pretty much set in stone now. The damage is too high. Catalyst and Apto, the 40% crit eye edge, not going to help you. The Vanguard goes for the one-shot. Apto kites away. TF doesn't fall just yet, but he doesn't win the game either. And it will be the game 2 victory against the wall for Play4Bot, as we're going to head to game number 3 for all the marbles.
Oh, this is going to be a banger. I can feel it.
If at game 1 and 2 had anything to say about it, we have yet to even see the depths which we can dive for these two teams. Take that comment as you will. But we'll be taking a quick break on gas. Be back with you guys in a few minutes. I'll catch you back on the Rift here in 5.
See ya.
All right, hello, and welcome back to the banger of a series as we're getting to the Game 3 draft in just a second.
So it's going to be PSU black on blue again.
Yep, same
PSU black and
sides.
blue. Uh,
It
the
is.
J4 banning out a catalyst.
Oh, shoot. Yep, there we go. Sorry. Was not loading on my side. We fixed that. So, yep, J4 ban. We're going to ban away some jungle picks, kind of stick to that screw over a catalyst thing that. I mean, maybe you give him the Graves again, although it didn't seem like it was necessarily the issue with their game 2 composition.
Yeah, I think there was a number of issues with the game 2 composition.
A few minor discrepancies.
The Kindred ban again. It's fantastic. It looks like it's going to be the Kindred ban again.
More
I
than
hope to
likely.
God that it is. Yes. Oh, I hate that champion. Corki ban as well, so they can't just pick the same I win team fights comp. Let's see. All right,
Looks like
blue
it's
one
gonna be
grave.
Graves again.
He is a flexible pick. I have seen Cold Rice Bada play him top lane, and obviously he's played jungle as well. Oh, it looks like we're doing a run back?
There's
What's
no
going
way
on?
we get a salty run back in game
No,
3, man.
no.
No chance we get an actual.
No,
All right, well,
stay
they do blind Veigar this time, so perchance we do not see the TF on 2.
You can't just say perchance.
I can say for. What can I say for chance?
Old man. Alright, so I'm hoping to see the Twisted Fate counterpick to Veigar. And then the Xayah. Oh my god.
Okay.
Things are happening. Things are happening. Come on.
I hate the new portrait, but gosh darn,
Yes.
it's a good pick, and he's casting it into Veigar.
Alright.
Time for feels bad Veigar memes.
I hope they pick Zillion, because otherwise it feels like Play4Bot can just pick another Xayah. Very innovative bot lane. It feels like they could just pick another Zillion. Oh? Are they listening to me?
They're gonna go for the Jhin instead. So transitioning a little bit.
Interesting.
Yep.
I'm waiting on the Zillion pick.
Yeah, it could be Zillion on 3 here. Could also see a jungle counter pick if you wanted to keep your. I mean, you have to blind something on 4
Ooh.
anyway.
Interesting. I'm liking this.
Maybe. I mean, Viego doesn't necessarily work poorly. You're not getting the team fight setup of the Wukong that we saw in game 2, but still can pop off. It's back to reset champions for Play4Bot. And now,
I like the
Man,
Viego
pretty
pick.
soon.
I'm a little bit of a Viego player. I think it's all right actually into this team so far. Because Kassadin jumps on you, you just stun him for a second, and then your entire team dissolves him. And then Graves and Jhin, obviously you can just get to them with your ult.
yeah,
It's not terrible.
a Zillion ban would be welcome, I think, after last game's
Please,
shenanigans.
please ban Zillion. He was the enabler for so many things on their comp. He will be the enabler for so many things on their comp. Just ban him. Yes! Oh, it's beautiful.
Yep. So that is going to be that ban. Kennen also banned away from the top side of PSU Black. Cold Rice Bada did look pretty darn good on game 1 with that. Of course, some minor errors here and there, but to be expected.
No cannon, no Corki. No Silas. Interesting. I wonder what's the pick that they're afraid of a Silas counter pick then.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe it's just the
you could
Veigar.
look for the TF.
I mean, they already have a
Banning
mid lane.
Silas. I mean, yeah.
Maybe they think top lane is gonna pick an AD character, so they want to have Malphite as a counter pick open.
Possibly.
Kiana. That is a good Silas ult.
Probably just a hover, I would assume, because doesn't go anywhere good at this point.
I mean, it could be Viego top, Kiana jungle.
Is Viego top good?
Huh?
Oh,
No. The answer to that question, if you were wondering, is no. Absolutely not.
Well, it might be happening because we got a Kiana on R4.
All right.
Sure.
Sure. Why not?
Interesting there is Renata the hover here for Ruck again. Again, worked very well game one. That's a pretty clutch ultimates, actually. So, yep, locked in there for Ruck in bot lane. A support counterpick is going to go to the side of Play4Bot, unless that's Veigar support, in which case, who knows. And it will be the Ornn top. Gragas would be support.
Gragas support. It has to be Gragas support.
Unless it's Veigar support.
Veigar support. Oh, that's why they're trying to avoid Kazan getting a free lane by moving Veigar to support, Kiana to mid lane, Viego to jungle, Gragas to top.
That would have to be the angle, I'm assuming, here. Like, that's the only pivot that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Gragas support Kiana top, technically, but Kiana just gets...
No, that is a support. What? Wait. Pause.
Okay, so who cares? It's Kiana top. Veigar top. Kiana mid?
Pike mid.
No. Pike is
jungle.
Support. No, Pike is support.
Viego top.
Pike is support. We don't...
No.
Pike is going to be support.
Oh, yeah, no, never mind. There's a virus. I forgot about that. Veigar jungle.
No.
Alright. Alright, my bad.
Maybe they flex the Veigar top lane to try to play into Ornn? But I don't think even that's that good.
I think Ornn just kills Veigar.
I also think Ornn just kills Veigar, but Kassadin also just kills Veigar.
Yeah, that was not a very good blind Veigar pick, I don't think.
Well, it's only not good now because you decided to R4 Kiana.
Huh.
I don't think Veigar is just the problem. The Veigar got countered, sure, but there's other ways you could deal with it than R4 Kiana.
Well, okay. It has to be Viego top, Kiana mid. No, it has to be...
Viego is not going top lane. Viego is jungle.
Viego's going top. No, it has to be Kiana jungle, Veigar mid, Viego top. It has to be. It has to be.
There's no
shot. You can't send Veigar or Kiana to deal with Ornn top. It's not anything. You have to have Viego there. He's the only one, because he can build, what do you call it? He can build Vamp Scepter first so he can survive in lane. Everyone else, Ornn can just, like, walk at. Alright, let's see. Because we're going into the picks and bans.
Yeah, sure. This is A series, ladies and gentlemen. A series indeed.
This is fantastic for me, by the way. I'm severely enjoying this.
I'm gonna need to break out the Advil so I can understand this draft. It's gonna be Kiana. That can still flex if Mr. Lazy does play mid. So they could set N0 top lane against Cold Rice if they wanted to, but...
It is Viego jungle.
Yeah, it's Viego jungle.
Okay, listen. Nothing is set in stone.
Viego's jungle. That is set in stone. Virus is playing Pike. The only thing that's up for grabs is where Mr. Lazy and N0 actually go to for lanes. That's it.
I think Mr. Lazy's going top. I think he's gonna... He's feeling himself from the Gangplank game. So he's gonna try to beat Ornn top with Kiana, despite the fact that Ornn can first buy cloth armor, walk into lane...
Yeah, Randuin's Rush.
Walk into lane, clear 2 waves, and then get Warden's Mail for the first cannon.
Yeah, and especially with the Viego jungle, and you also have, what is it, Jin 80 carry?
Yeah.
Or no, it's not Jin, Jinx. Abba has Jinx, Luciano has Jin.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so yeah, you can Randuin's Rush here on Ornn, 100%. If it's Kiana top, 100% Randuin's Rush. Easy game.
Does that count as Viego, Kiana, Pike, Jinx?
Yeah.
Yeah, game's over. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Cope. This is just such an insane...
I mean, it's game 3. You're putting it all on the line, so, I mean, time to spice some things up. I'm not sure if this is the... I think they were looking for, you know, a little bit of salt, and they put in some sugar.
That is not a metaphor I know.
Well, I made it up on the spot. It might be absolutely dumb, but then again, so is this draft, so we can't make it any worse, my guy.
I think you can definitely make it worse. For example, Red 5 Renekton.
You know, I don't know if that is worse. I'm gonna be honest.
So you're saying Vigar support then, Renekton top, Kiana mid. That would legitimately even out the draft. Oh my god, Red Renekton was cut.
I was like, actually, it's probably not as bad as the Kiana.
Because at least Renekton, I mean, I don't know, Kiana is pretty useful in late game team fights. But Renekton's a frontliner, which I think they need. No, it's not Renekton 5 angle. No.
Can't be.
Please.
Yeah, either way, we're gonna... Yeah, we'll have to see what happens here after Spectator. I don't know. There's too many unknowns to really even talk about the drafts other than what. The word what, and maybe a why. But Consolo, what are you feeling here, buddy? What team are you favoring? I have my idea.
I'm feeling bad. I'll be honest, I'm feeling bad. I don't. The jungle matchup is whatever. It literally does not matter. I really think PSU Black won this draft somehow, just because of the fact that they don't have Kiana top.
I mean, the Kassadin is a sticking point where whether this champion actually comes online, but we've seen both the other games so far go very late. Yeah. So Kassadin should be pretty able, even from behind, to get back into this game. The only issue I think that PSU Black might have is against the Veigar is they are incredibly low range. Jhin is your only really long range DPS, and even he's not going to be able to space too effectively against the Veigar cage.
To be fair, Kassadin is the counter to Veigar, because it doesn't matter about the cage, you just go around it. I really like the Jhin pick, actually. I think it works well with their entire team, because you have Graves and Kassadin
sit back and curtain call this kind of feel.
You have pick angles with Kassadin. Kassadin presses Q on someone, you press W on them while they're silenced, and then Kassadin just appears inside of them and explodes them. He's fine in team fights. He doesn't really even need to get close to Veigar or Kiana, which is good. I don't know, it's a good pick. They're all squishy, so you don't really have to care about not having consistent DPS. I mean, they do, because they have Graves, but you don't have to worry about it in the first place.
Either way, I mean, a Play4Bot going back to game one strategy, I guess we're just, hey, we're going to try to get picks and see some, like, just try to get some resets. I mean, you have 2 executes on Veigar and Pyke. Kiana can definitely chunk someone to half, so... Yeah. Viego as well with reset ults. Maybe you're just going for just snowball out of control style here in team fights with 1 pick onto Renata, 1 pick onto the Jhin, or maybe Catalyst goes in a little bit too deep as we've seen before and just start rolling over PSU Black. But I think even just stand down 5v5, this comp just does not function.
Yeah. I also don't like the Viego and the Pyke. I think they have anti-synergy because Viego ult is an execute. The majority of its damage comes from the missing health damage, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
And Pyke just means that you don't get to do that. Like,
well, it doesn't really matter for him to get the soul reset, and that's the bigger boon, is getting that soul reset.
Viego does have pretty good souls to take this game.
Yes.
I think a lot
Graves
of them are
is
going
to be fantastic. Kassadin's going to be fantastic. Actually, Kassadin's not going to be that great because he doesn't have ult. But
well, Ornn is going to be a health pack. Ornn is going to be a walking health pack for Viego.
Hey man, sometimes you just need to pick me up. Sometimes that pick me up is Ornn.
Sometimes that pick me up is a massive ram god.
It is gonna be it's Ignite Kiana, so perchance we see the flex mid.
Oh, stop saying perchance.
I will keep saying it just because it annoys you, sir. Solely for that reason and that reason alone, I will say it.
Yeah, I don't know. This is Veigar took Predator, which makes me think he's gonna be going mid lane. But I'm not sure.
Right, Spectator bug means game is not gonna load just yet.
Kiana took Ignite, which makes me think she's going mid lane because
that
you
would
don't
be
take Ignite
the normal
top
assumption.
Because you don't take Ignite top into Ornn. That would just be silly. But Veigar took Predator. Why would you take Predator top into Ornn either?
No, you just take Predator regardless. It's just, it's really? It's better for team fighting against you essentially get to run at someone in cage for free.
Oh yeah, because it doesn't stop your Predator.
Yep.
I see.
Okay, we're in 22 seconds in, I guess. So let's skip to that.
We are?
Yes.
Oh my God, what? I'm currently at 30 seconds.
I'm at 31, 32, 33, 34.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
say
like
we're
a little
synced.
bit ahead. Yeah, we're synced. Alright.
By the way, little invade here. Going to pop a ward and then see where this. It's longsword 3-pot. It's Kiana top.
No, this can't be. This can't be.
They might actually.
Take me
You know
away.
what they're probably doing? They're probably gonna sit them in this bush and wait till lanes show, and then assign as needed.
Yeah.
That would be what I think would happen here.
Because Vigar also
But they also
started.
see them, so they can also just wait.
Vigar started
Oh,
Dark
this.
Seal
Oh
pre-potion.
no.
No.
Oh
no.
no. Riddle. Jin W. There it is. Oh wait, did he get the proc?
Wait, what?
What?
Wait,
oh,
what?
What? Apto's going
Wait,
a little
no,
deep
what?
for this. The Q hits, but again, there's no damage.
Is that a bug?
I don't know. Gets
Wait,
knock up.
pause.
This is a lot of. This is. Oh, the blind snipe. They get first blood. It's a lot of flashes and burn, but first blood on to the Jin. I don't know what happened there. I guess he didn't get passive.
W. No,
He didn't level W fast. No, he didn't. Taro in chat's probably right. He probably didn't level W yet. And until he leveled it, it wouldn't appear as Apto. Pike with Halo Blades does a lot of damage. Actually, if he ignited, that might have been killable. This guy did not have flash. Apto did not have flash. That might have been an actual killable. Oh, yep. All right. Apto's dead. Oh, but so is Virus. Oh.
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 What?
Oh.
Where am I?
It's
Wait, Virus is level 2. Huh?
Yeah, he's squatting mid the whole time. He left Alba down here, and Kiana was coming out of base from top lane as Ruck looking forward with Jin. Just gonna get some chip damage and zone off way, but of course that means Alba gets level 2 first as solo bot lane. Kiana now roaming top level 2.
No, level 1.
Level
Kiana's still
one.
level 1.
Oh man, they're gonna switch. So yeah, they're trying to keep the Kiana into the Kassadin. This is the play. This makes sense. This was the expectation here, because then Veigar gets a free lane. Ornn has a lot harder time trying to kill, but this is interesting to say. At least is now bot lane, possibly a level 3 gank angle from Viego here.
Yeah, this is definitely Viego.
Abba though, low, Lucianol, no, has the flash actually, did not burn it last time, will burn it now. Ruck has to burn his as well. Bone Skewer tags the minion, and it's some flashes burned, but the bot lane for PSU Black survives, and that is a big boon for them. As Kassadin just getting pushed into your top side, so should be able to collect pretty much all of this farm as well from the Kiana. And with the Kiana top, you really don't got to worry about nearly as many roams, just topside invades. So Apto should be pretty darn happy to kind of stick with us. And again, you can go tank Kassadin with the tier this time around if you don't want to go with the Seraphs. So Fimbulwinter available.
Fimbulwinter's very good, yes, that's true.
Have to see which direction he wants to play it. If he wants to go for full damage or a bit more tankiness, which certainly isn't bad against the team he's against. The Veigar, the only real stickler when it comes to that build path that you'd maybe consider otherwise. For plans, there's the root. It shouldn't matter too much. Pike has W. Virus can actually look for re-engage on Lucianol here. Finds it. Ooh. There's a stun. There's the traps. Herb Smoker is here over the wall. The stun is blocked, but Lucianol into darn deep. Ruck has doesn't use W. Catalyst here to counter gank as Herb Smoker has Jin. Is just going to do Jin things, and it's just gonna be a dang bot lane for a kill there.
Yeah.
1 for nothing.
1 for 0.
Not sure if Ruck had W there, if you don't level it for second on Renata or not. As swaps continue to, they're just gonna continue to swap. And an advantage that does mean Ornn is the beneficiary of CS, whereas Veigar on the other side.
Yeah, I don't know, this is doing evil things to their CS.
Yeah, CS definitely gonna be a lot lower than it could be. Again, Apto just going to chill down here in mid.
I mean, yeah, that's all you gotta do is Kassadin. Just relax until you hit levels.
Yep, and Apto gets traded on a little bit. Mr. Lazy has execute damage. Now Catalyst looking for the gank. This is the problem with the Kiana as you're up. Apto trying to get the kill. Does get it the flash forward. Not going to secure, and that is a nice pickup for the Kassadin mid.
Yeah, that is truly unfortunate if you're Kiana there.
Did
I'd
either
rather have
way.
seen Mr. Lazy just run away and get killed by the Graves rather than go for that 50-50 play.
Mr.
'Cause
Crazy a little bit mental
little bit
when it
crazy.
comes to the tagging options. Would very much rather trade the kill than just simply run away. Just go for broke, one might say. As Virus possibly in trouble here if he gets brittle procced, but Cold Ray spotted. Nah, I can't commit the E.
It does look like Viego's going Divine Sunderer first item, or maybe Triforce. Neither of which are very good here. At least as a first item. Because as Viego, you just
Oh,
want to
and
get...
Zero getting Cold Rice. Has the W, so is totally fine. Does not care. As, yeah, top lane set up to just pick up a lot of CS. I mean, the Caston's very behind in farm, don't get me wrong. Only 20 currently. But again, pre-6, you're okay to go down 20 plus CS on Cast and still be able to function.
Yeah.
And Zero now in mid.
I mean, compared to his lane opponent, he's only down 7 CS.
True.
And he's up a kill.
And now they're going to look onto N0 in mid lane. Sun Cage comes out. And oh, the headbutt goes into the cage. That means the Corn Horn whiffs. And the mechanical misplays continue all the way into game 3.
That's what makes it interesting. That's how you know we're not watching pro players. It's like a grassroots.
Apto does hit 6 before Mr. Lazy does. As the rest of Play4Bot seems to really want to go for this Drake. They do have the bot prio as Renata had to back. And yeah, Apto gonna actually start winning trades now against the Kiana.
Yeah, I think that Serrated Dirk is not going to do much into him. He's only got a tier and boots as his extra items, but he's just hard winning trades.
Luciano needs to sidestep, can't find it. No flash available, doesn't have the heal neither. There come the traps. Pull back on to Virus means he's under towered. Virus very low. Ruck gets the kill. Luciano lives thanks to the Renata W. The takedown is there. And they managed to get out as a 1-for-0 through all of that CC and damage.
That's the power of Renata. That is purely a...
that was a Renata auto attack, by the way, that got that kill.
That was a purely 200 use difference.
Purely 200 years. Hey, the Zillion's banned away. Might as well take the next best thing.
Yeah,
Balanced Zillion R, but on a W instead, which makes it not so balanced.
Balanced. Balanced Zillion ult, except it's on a basic ability.
Unfortunate.
Well, you can't have everything.
It's gotta be broken some way.
Yeah.
Exchange though for this is Viego does get some time in the top side here to go and counter Jungle Graves. Maybe
he should get Ref Herald.
Yep. Can here. He's just going for the blue buff first though. Take that away. Probably has the time to go for Herald as well. Caston again not really looking too hard to contest anything. No reason to coin flip the game that incredibly hard.
You're playing Cassidon. That's always a reason to coin flip the game.
You could just scale and become a monster regardless. For free.
That's not what the people in my solo queue games do, so I'm gonna assume that's wrong.
It is going to be set up topside here for Kiana. Just kind of let this push in. Of course, it is now going to be the 18th time they've lane swapped this game.
I'm up on 19.
Yeah, Luciano is very dead.
Yes.
Mate, you
Well,
don't
actually,
got
Virus
vision.
is
You
public.
cannot be here. Yep, there's the flash.
Ooh.
Virus, though, very low. Has the W, can't find it. Now comes the curtain call, and give him the chance to counter. Gotta get good damage down here. Ooh, was trying to see if Virus skirted out with the W. That's it done.
Yeah, that was just very well played by Luciano.
Very well played. And now dive possibly to the top side. N0 this time gets tagged with the Ordar. Goes for the brittle. The proc hits somehow. I'm not really sure where it hit from. His Ruck grabs that kill. Or they're going to go down here. Herb Smoker picking up one. Renata W comes out. They grab the kill. Orn will live. But instead, buying a little bit of time for the rest of the team to get around so that possession can't come through immediately. Mr. Lazy here, though. The ult whiffs everybody. And Apto and Catalyst now the chance to respond. Herb Smoker, though, Dakum on the 2. Ulti's away with the Heart Stopper is Mr. Lazy. Does grab one kill on the Catalyst. Apto, though, secures another. Super Mega Death Rocket goes through the uprights. And now Rock overstaying like a madman. That vision score is a necessity as there's the flash away. Apto, though, trying to follow on the cast, and Virus whiffs the ultimate, and they're both going to walk away with the TP from the N0.
A lot of stuff is happening. I'm not sure.
Earthsmoker
came
does get
ahead
2
in that?
kills.
Yeah.
But you do get
be fair,
another
yeah.
kill to Cassidon.
Yeah, Cassidon is 2-0 though, is the danger.
Renata, the also beneficiary of some gold, though. Again, it's Renata. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah. Renata isn't. She doesn't scale off gold very well. Right, I wanted to make sure she didn't go into solo lanes. But
Yep.
it looks like he's going to
picking
tank
up a lot
gold.
of plates top lane as well, so N0 probably, if no one else, N0 the beneficiary of that one.
Yeah. Yeah, not much happening right now. I think it's just wait for the next objective to fight over. Looks like they're going to be lane swapping 24th time this game.
Potentially. As
Yeah, Giannis is going
bot
down.
lane is bot lane. Neither support has been here for more than a minute at a time.
Yeah,
Ruck
it
team.
is
Oh,
a farm lane.
do you see
I'm
what
sure
I
might
see,
be
sir? Never mind, they're deciding against it.
Yeah, no.
Chips in the night. Oh,
Oh, never mind.
nope,
It's
not
just
chips in the night. There's a ward there. Herb Smoker in trouble. Grabs away. Platform Catalyst misses the Q,
Oh
though.
my god. Excuse
Has Renata W as well. As now the collapse from Vagar coming in with the Predator. Gold Rise Bota gonna respond. As just gonna be a back away. 16 seconds on Drake. So
Yeah.
Vagar Predator is down. Graves no flash. Earthsmoker trying to get what looks to be a Herald play down here in the middle lane. Gold Rise Bota just going to chill underneath the Vagar cage. Oh, connects Unstoppable. Not gonna really do too much there as the Everfrost connects. Pike looking for a Bone Spear pick. Finds Catalyst. Not necessarily the person you want to be pulling here as Mr. Lazy. Supreme display of talent available, but it's gonna be the Ornn looking first. Again, the stun cage!
Oh,
And
it's
that means
so
it's gonna be a
sad.
Herald play in mid. Apto looking for the outplay on a Herbsmoker. Will just proc the electrocute and burn the ultimate.
That
They're
was
gonna
actually
stop
a
the
triple
Herald.
kill. If that Ornn ult connected.
Now Ruck, predated upon, and Zero trying to push out. The jungler's on the top side of the map though, so it's gonna be a 5v4. No Ornn ult though, so Call the Forge God means no guaranteed engage. Looking for maybe a Renata ult as Apto stunned up, chunked out, not taking down it. Yes! The Supreme Display of Talent connects as the Berserk ulti means that a lot of damage to return now. Heartsmoker onto the back line, trying to find his way to Cold Rise spot to get that reset. Catalyst slowed down, Bone Skewer doesn't connect, and it's a 4v5. The other way around, and Zero Predator back available. Stun Cage locks up 2. There's another kill onto the Renata shutdown for Vagars. Virus finds another Mr. Lazy pops out with single digit JSPs. Cold Rise spot not too long. Either the resets are there, and that's gonna be 4 kills for Play4Bot lane. And they're gonna get the Dragon at a 2,000 gold lead to boot.
Yeah, that is the danger into playing into comps like Play4Bot. 3 of their champions have a reset mechanic, and a different 3, not an entirely different 3, another 3 have an execute. So you have to make sure everyone is on close to full HP at all times, otherwise they blow you up, and then based off blowing you up, they blow the rest of your team. Because what happens is, Kiana presses R, Veigar presses R, Viego presses R, Pike presses R, and then Jinx right-clicks people to death. It's a beautiful combo. It does look like Viego's going for the Divine Sunderer first, which I am not a fan of at all. I am.
Ooh, hold that thought, Lucianal. Hostage Shovel will just burn the flash there. You get hooked by that Bone Skewer, you are almost certainly dead.
I am of the opinion that you should always go Blade of the Ruined King first as Viego. Not just because it's his sword, but because it has such an insane synergy with his Q passive. Mr. Lazy missing 2 things in a row. I'm not sure. I don't think Divine Sunder is great here, especially when there's only 1 tank to target.
Yep, Rock's gonna find Virus here. It's gonna be a little bit of mini trading.
Jinx got her first item. The scaling begins.
So
That's a lot of work.
it's gonna be a Eclipse Jhin. So go for the more lethality build.
Well, there aren't any tanks for him to really worry about.
Oop, Ornn, Sun Cage, bane of his existence yet again.
He's got to get like an Edge of Night or something on Ornn. That's the only solution.
Edge of Night Ornn.
Either that or stop ulting directly
Well,
into the
like,
cage.
I'll say PSU Black doesn't really want this fight, I don't think. They are going to rotate their bot lane up regardless. Kassadin does have inner route now to come down. Maybe the fight is viable. It is only a Zhonya's Kassadin though, so no big damage coming, no mythic item completion, nothing like that.
That's interesting that he went Zonya's first item over something like Crown. Because he can get blown up by Veigar now, he can't get blown up just in general.
So the second Herald as well over to Penn State Black. First Herald really didn't get anything done, but maybe second able to break open this mid lane tier 1 potentially. To have that extra
The second Herald always does less.
Catalyst. Hooked up, immediately Renard W just in case. And Mr. Lazy going in for an all-in on Apto, but yeah, Zhonya's makes you have a lot of armor.
Yeah. Zhonya just makes you kind of hard to kill.
Yeah, but Mr. Lazy gonna take the bottom end of that trade. As level 11 for the Kassadin. 5 more to go.
It's getting close, I can feel it.
As the wave is gonna keep pushing into this top lane tier 1, Kassadin eclipsing the Kiana and farm. Ornn and Veigar about even, of course Veigar with those 2 extra kills. Feeling quite comfortable. We saw N0 what he can do on this champion last game, how much damage it can put out.
Jhin is the one with the clips, not a Kassadin.
Ah. You took that long to make that putt.
You were talking, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Picked off, going very low, reset there, but Renard W as well. Goes on, needs to get some type of assist. Instead, goes down. Now Catalyst on the wrong side of the wall. Does go over. Renard ult. Hits 3. That's a lot of damage onto everybody. Oh my goodness. Fires and Alvin just trying to kill each other.
As Earthsmoker was in the Jhin form as it happened, and so he was doing Jhin damage to his team.
As Apto might not have wanted to TP there, but does have the ult. Ult's in place. Earthsmoker has to flash out. And here comes the Ornhorn as Ruck. Forces the W himself. N0 finds the one shot. Mid lane not going too well for Penn State Black either. As Virus offside, Apto low. There's the death from below as the E does connect onto the Veigar. Unstoppable does mean Red Spot gets a little bit extra time, but the health bars might be low, but they ain't gone. Play4Bot grabs a ton of kills mid lane. Not really sure Apto wanted to take the TP there either with Cold Rice Bota or not. As now Jhin Alzi trying to find some follow-up kills. Not gonna grab anything. N0 only Virus cheating death with the W. Heading back in there. But that means Dragon in 13 seconds.
Their backs have been getting cancelled for like
Actually,
30 seconds.
If his backs are canceled, maybe they have a chance. It's a lot of ult, but again, no TP on Apto, no TP on Cold Rice means that it's going to be a little bit of a tough one. Mr. Lazy did get to go back to base again. Ult not available for anyone currently. So if PSU Black can do this fast, they might be able to sneak away a Drake here, but they have to get in and get out quick as a lick. As N0 ult almost available again. W from Jhin missing. Opto going in. Can't find the kill though. Ruck does get to come back with the W this time around. Apto now stuck in enemy territory. Has to get away with the flash. Flash from Virus to respond. And that means 2 kills. Catalyst caught in the baby cage. Ruck down as well. The W finds him and they do get the dragon, but at what cost? That's 3 men down. Luckily the Bears not up for 40 seconds. So they get out on that account, but
that is a rather strong Veigar.
Yeah, and this is the strongest gold lead we've seen all series pretty much. 5K in the green.
5K at 20 minutes here. That is going. Even with the Pike influence, I think it's still definitely a significant advantage. Especially considering Veigar scales so well, Viego scales so well. Especially considering he's going for the tankier build. It's going to be pretty hard to kill him later in the game.
Is
he going a death stance, Psychonaut? He is. Very interesting.
Interesting.
I would really like to see him start to build Blade of the Ruined King, please. Come on. You can do it.
It's in your name, man. You are the Ruined King.
You're the Ruined King. It double procs every time you use your Q passive. I believe in you. even if he doesn't go Blade of the Ruined King, it's still Viego. No matter what you do, as long as you're building items, you're gonna be pretty strong.
Yeah, and Catalyst going
Got
to
out.
see. They're both going to see each other. So knowledge is on both sides. Bone Secure connects again, and Virus putting on his best Hillsang impression, and that is a solo kill for the Pike. The Yor ulti goes in, can't find the knockup though, and that means both get out over the wall. Here come the Hex Gates in, N0 with the cage, Ruck with nowhere to go, and Ruck finds himself back in the fountain.
That is certainly a Fed Vigar moment. Yeah, that's gonna be a Baron for Play4Bot. Sorry, I keep forgetting the name. It doesn't stick in my head. But I don't know. I'm struggling to see a way that PSU Black comes back to this. The gold difference is just so insanely high right now. It's around 8k, and there is a Kassadin getting money. There is an Ornn that is just playing Ornn, just passively scaling. But even with that, I don't know. I don't like even a level 16 Kassadin. I don't think can overcome again like an 8k gold disadvantage.
Yep, they're gonna try to find a pick here as Curtain Call comes out. Alba actually goes out, so the AD carry picked off immediately. Not ulti, not gonna find too much. Does land on Herbsmoker, but he's already out of there with the ultimate.
They do have that Jinx backup plan. If the Fed Veigar doesn't work out, Veigar went Anathema's Chains. Let me see who we put it on. It's not the Kassadin. He didn't put it on anyone just yet. Interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, we're still waiting on a mythic for a mid laner. Though, still no mythic at 22 minutes in the game.
This is true.
Not even close from the looks of it.
I think he's no. There it is.
Oh, there
Not
we
even
go,
close from the looks of it.
He must have been sitting on a lot of gold that he only had a lost chapter.
Yeah, he was waiting for a little while on that, and now he gets to go Fimbulwinter and maybe try to bring it back. I don't know, because Play4Bot is also stacking Drakes. Yeah, no, I'm going to put my bet down on Play4Bot winning this. I'm going to put all my marbles on a Believer.
Okay, and that's pretty much. Maybe we can see a 1v1 here as we're going to be pushing with Baron coming to its close. Our Joker. The 1v1 probably can win considering 5-0 Death Dance versus. Barely got his mythic as Inhibitor Tower under siege, pick on the Ruck. Now the Curtain Call coming out. The Ornn finally connecting under AD carry, but sadly the Curtain Call shall not. 2 shots, 3 shots there's the 4th, right through the mist of Pike. And then the siege can begin anew again. And gold lead sitting around 9,000.
They're just gonna go for Dragon here.
This one looking to be quite over. Some unfortunate early game happenstance. For Penn State Black means that this one got out of their control pretty quickly.
The Renata bait.
Veigar, Pike, and Viego certainly doing their parts for the team.
And yeah, that's third Drake going over in 5 minutes. I'm reasonably certain it's going to be sold for Play4Bot. And then Jinx is at 2 items. Working on the third. Is she going for what's end? Third item?
Jinx? Possibly, yeah. That's the only thing I can think.
She just got stopwatch. Huh.
Let's see, it could be Wits, could be Maw.
This is true. I think Wits end is probably
Wits.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm not terribly up to the difference in build path for those two and what situations prefer what kinds.
If you Jinx, you go Wits End. I'm pretty sure is the only hard and fast rule. I do the stopwatch is interesting that Abba built. Because it doesn't look like he's going to be building anything into it right now, which means that it's just there for like a tempo play, so he can make that aggressive play that might be the end of the game.
Yep, now it's just going to be looking for picks before the Baron spawns in 130. Taking away jungle camps. Again, very nicely done here by Play4Bot. Just continuing to choke out Penn State Black for whatever remaining help they have in this game. As Virus looks to choke out Catalyst with the stun. The CC lock is there, but not the execute. As he manages to flash away. Baby Cage, though, finds two on the backside. No follow-up just yet. Berserk is ends here. Anonymous. Auto-attacking his allies. Now picked away. The Renata ult does a lot of work. Mr. Lazy into the backside. Grabs a good ult on the Catalyst, but the reset might come through in time. No! The kill goes through. They just don't have the damage. It's Renata and Ornn. Unfortunately, Apto, no mana means no kills for you, Cassidon. And Virus still fishing for some hooks. It ends up being a 3 for 2. Or 2 for 2, sorry. I don't know why I thought Renata was dead. 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Good fight though for Penn State Black overall.
Yeah, they're just pushing their advantage. I think they did give up a Vigar bounty there, but you know, you give up a few things. Yeah, Baron's up in 40 seconds. I think they just go for it on spawn, force PSU Black to come try to meet them, and then kill them and take their base. I think should be the play. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's just kind of gonna be lull state here until we see the Virus go for another Bone Skewer or Baron spawns in 10 seconds. Again, vision control, as you can see, is very wildly contested here. No one's really clearing vision; they're just putting it down, so you just kind of have a nice open part of the map.
Everyone knows what's happening at Baron, except for blue team right now. PSU Black actually has no idea. Katsunen's bot side, Graves' bot side, I think they just rush it.
Yeah, I think they just do Baron here. I don't know if they have vision on Graves, though, is the thing.
They probably don't.
Once they know where Graves is, it's likely they'll just go for it. And it looks like since they're seeing no one check in, they have so much topside vision control.
Yeah.
They're just going to take this Baron down. Not going to be contested. And honestly, this deficit, there's not really much you can do into that kind of control.
Yeah, Diego can just rush this. Jinx rushes it. Vigar's also very strong.
So, better to just go, get your minimal dragon set up, try to take a fight there, because once these guys get sold, that is pretty much the death blow. Unfortunately, Caston does get some pulled up here in bot side of the map, but they have to hold off an inhibitor push beforehand. And with Virus going fishing, I would assume shortly here. Yep, here he goes. Maybe? No, they're just going to play this one safe for the dragon, respectable. However, Penn State Black does not have that. Everything whiffs. Berserk does not, though. Diego looks for his own AD carry. There comes the curtain call. Diego doesn't go down to it just yet. No! Elector collects the kill.
That is 950 gold directly onto Jin, which might make the difference eventually.
Virus does fight Bone Skewer. Without jungler, I mean, this dragon contest gets a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Not that much harder. You're still 8k gold in the green, but a little harder. Virus picking. Ruck alone. Gets caught. Stunned up. Kiana's there. W is there. They need to get a takedown on anybody. Ruck gets the takedown, and it's going to be an ace.
Oh my
Almost.
God.
No, N0 does get out. It's a 4-4-0 at a 9,000 gold deficit.
How? How does this happen? This is a banger, yes!
And we're back down to 6k from that 9 after all those shutdowns come through. Plus the Drake gets stalled out, so they're not going to have to deal with Elder. They do not have to deal with Soul for another 5 more minutes. You get the objective bounty as well. Raves are crashing in. Push out your waves. You still have your full base up and available. No inhibitors down. No Nexus. No, not Nexus. Inhibitor turrets down. Penn State Black just bought themselves so much time.
Yeah, their base isn't destroyed. The enemy Baron is pretty much gone.
It is a Seraph's, I just know Seraph's cast.
Seraph's cast. Oh. They just keep passing the game back and forth. It's like basketball. Alright, so I think... Alright. PSU Black is still 5k in the hole. Let's remember that. It is still a 5,000 gold disadvantage. I think Play4Bot has to focus more on Jinx now, rather than just winning fights with their wallet like they were doing before. Viego still does not have Blade of the Ruined King, which makes me unbelievably sad. But
Hey, you're over tanky Viego. You're the front line.
yeah,
Build them resistances. Build them health items. Try to siege
even
down the
as-
base with the remaining Baron.
even as tanky Viego, you're not that tanky. It is better to go damage here, I feel.
Third
Just
ornament, I
because-
think, here, coming in onto Apto. Yep, that's the third ornament, so you can add about 3,000 gold to that total you see up in your top left of the scoreboard. As THD big Vigor Kids, though, means Ruck is already down. Abba grabs the kill. Still, Oralty finds two. Abba caught out. Bone Spear not gonna land with the wave there, and Catalyst grabs the kill. Big Kiana ulti only finds Catalyst as he's gonna go down as well. Cold Rise bottom the kill is Apto 16
Level
going
16.
forward. N0 going low. It's Zanya's Hourglass. The Heartbreaker can't find an Orn in the middle of the cage. Can't find anyone. Apto gets another one. The Cassidon's on the rampage, and yet again this team continues to fight.
Level 16 Cassidon. Truly a level 16 Cassidon moment.
Yep, Cold Rise Bada, extremely tanky as well. Yeah, objective battles are even falling off now. That's how close this game has gotten. And it is objective secured with mid lane tier 2 for Penn State Black from 10,000 plus gold in the hole to just around 2.9, 2.8 thousand in the blink of an eye. Now, all of that shutdown gold has been claimed. All of the objective bounty gold has been claimed. It will be significantly harder to close that gap any more meaningfully without a full-on ace into massive objectives. Still,
Cassidon is only around 400 gold away, 300 gold away from completing a Rabadon's. At which point, I think the game is just over.
see, I like your Rabadon thing, but I would like you to look at N0 Anonymous's items.
This is true.
That is an anathema's chains, my friend.
He's had that for a long while. I've been looking for.
Oh, I just noticed it now.
No, yeah, it was on what do you call it, Cassidon, by the way. But he has had that for that was his third item.
Oh, they're gonna look for the pick here with Vagar. Flash forward, Apto gonna try to outplay us again. Level 16 has no mana though, so N0 almost certainly can just outplay this. Yep, that's gonna be a big shutdown. So they do get the pick, spending some flashes for it. There's nothing they can really do. Now they're gonna go for the pick mid lane as well with Vagar TPing up. Kiana and the rest will be a little late to fight. You can just walk out top side here, but base maybe under threat as the rest of the team rotates forward. Up, Cold Rise Bada, gonna check forward. N0 off on the flank. The cage not gonna grab the one this time as he flashback saving. Luciano ain't safe at all. Herb Smoker grabs that kill, and now Ruck on the wrong side of the rift. And just when it was looking hopeful, oh, it's a throw and a half. Virus.
How many throws in a row can you get before
We're playing catch, Connor. As inhibitor falls, it's just Cold Rise Bada and Catalyst left to defend.
Now
Baron is up and available.
I'm sad. I thought that
In 30 seconds
the-
till sold.
in the spirit of sportsmanship, I thought that Play4Bot was going to overstay, try to end the game, and then throw it back to PSU Black. But it looks like they're making the correct play and going to Baron instead.
They're going to go for Baron, then rotate down to the Dragon in 15-second spawn. Catalyst might get soloed by a Pike. Never mind, it's a Kiana duo. And yep, there's the stun, there's the damage, there's the kill. 600 gold over, but now Caston on the prowl. Mr. Lazy trying to get out, has to burn the flash. Going forward, Apto really wants this kill, and the Kiana does find it. 300 gold in the pocket is now the only virus. Again, probably not getting caught. This guy's even slippier than the Caston. Who's out of mana. Trying to search for the. Yep, gets hooked back in the cage, burst it down. Just one more Q will do it. The magic resist. No, the damage is there. Apto survives.
Wait, the kill on the Pike gave Apto the presence of mind. But he got mana refund, which will let him kill N0 Anonymous.
Yep, Caston has to reset, has the TP. They're gonna have to try to stall out this Soul Drake. There's also minions on the Nexus, so Graves in 10 seconds has to clear minions. Apto looking for Herb Smoker. Gets the Everfrost. The damage there. Zonya's going to buy a little bit of time, but how much will buy? Not enough. Shut down over to Cassidy as now the base is under threat. Ornn is there with Catalyst to clear out waves. I'm be surprised if they fully back off here because the Dragon, again, isn't up. Wait, who got the Dragon? Oh, they got Soul. I didn't even notice they got it.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait a second. They did get Soul.
They did get Soul in the middle of that. So
while Cassidy was
yeah, it must have been while Cassidy was doing the funny business.
While Cassidy was doing the funny presence of mind bit. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to process everything that's been happening. There is a 3-item Jinx, which is scary if he can survive for more than 2 seconds. Certainly the game cannot be thrown back a different way.
Yep. We'll have to see. I mean, it's Soul plus Baron buff. You have a lot of room to work with. 5k still the goal lead, but again, that matters less and less as we continue to approach the late game, as we need only one more ornament.
There is a level 18 cast.
Yeah, only one more ornament. Yeah, level 18 cast as well, sitting around.
There's a level 18 Cassidy with 3,000 HP.
There's also a level 18 Veigar.
This is true.
With full build.
The Veigar is at
Apto looking for N0. Gonna find him! Does get hit a lot in the process, but now Apto needs to be careful. Jinx does do quite a bit of damage. Ruck gonna shield them both, but that's a big pick onto the Play4Bot mid laner.
Veigar's at a 1,000 AP, but it doesn't really matter.
Just gets one shot. Apto back canceled. Abba puts out there for that one. And again, we have 3 minutes on the next objective, so just going to be a siege of the enemy base until these objectives are spawned again. And maybe with a third Baron, we see an actual push for the end from Play4Bot, who are still, despite all this, fairly in control of their own destinies at this point.
Surely the third Baron will help. There's so much happening in this game.
Yep. Good here by Ruck and Apto to go and clear out a lot of this vision. The Elder, of course, going to be a more profitable boon than the Baron, even though Baron is up 20-ish seconds earlier.
I mean, if one team gets an advantage, they can just do Baron and then immediately go back and do Elder if they're fast enough. I really think you can get Baron done that fast. This is my firm belief. If you have a Jinx, a Veigar with 1,000 AP, a Viego who still has not built Plate of the Ruined King.
I don't think it's coming. I don't think
it's happening. It has to be the 5th item. It has to be the 5th item.
I have my doubts.
No, I'm a believer.
I have my doubts that the Viego 5th item picks up a Bork.
5th item Plate of the Ruined King, please. It's going to do so much against the Cassidy, who has like only one resist item but so much health. Please, I'm begging you.
Oh, N0 finds. Oh,
very close.
That was extremely close.
A little
disaster for PSU Black.
Yeah, Apto is the one in control right now. If he dies, I think the game dies with him.
It is quite likely. As now, retake here of the bot side jungle. They need to try to get something done for this Elder. They don't have the waves push though, which means they have to check into the darkness of their own jungle. Cold Rise bot gets spotted out. They do find the ward. They're going to be able to clear that one out, but they have to respond to mid lane. It means it's going to be a reset of the pressure. There's an area now for Virus and company to go reset vision. The Death Brush is set. Whoever checks in most certainly shall not live very long.
Are you using the word shall?
I said shall not.
Well, you said shall. That's part of the phrase, shall not.
Well, yeah. I don't think shall is that ancient.
I don't know.
I
feel like shall is a...
Okay. Won't find anything. Just gonna be
nothing's happening. Everyone is just playing so incredibly safely.
Yeah, Baron is up. Pick might mean the end of the game. Even with the deficit and even with the tower still standing, they're gonna look for the pick here a little early as Knockup hits Kiana. Earthsmoker as well. There's the flash. Earthsmoker does find the stun as Apto in trouble. Grabs Sonya's. Big stun cage onto 3. Hello, health bars, but it's the pick onto Mr. Crazy first. However, the Baron is spawning and the pings on it from both teams. No Sonya's Hourglass available from Apto. Gonna have to be pretty, maybe a little bit more conservative on the re-engage here, as now N0 and Virus go happy hunting for a pick. Ruck the target. He knows. He has an inkling. But the ult is there, and that means the kill is coming. Earthstoker and Abba duo the Baron. Should be able to do it just fine. Yep, it has a smite. That means they have plenty of damage to do this. And it will be the free Baron for the side of Play4Bot. Now, 40 minutes, 47 seconds in. Elder's Break is up. Apto in the pit. Virus can't find the hook. The rest of the team gonna collapse. Is a 4v4. Not for very long though, as Mr. Lazy gonna be up long before Ruck is back, but Herbstoker caught out mid lane. Apto though, possibly caught as well, gets the resurrection, and now catch on to Cold Ice Bottom yet again. N0 and Virus putting the team on their shoulders with these pick plays, going for it all as the cage comes down. Cold Ice Bottom very low, the ult is back, and that's a shutdown onto Orb. The execute onto Apto, and that's gonna be just about a Catalyst guy to the kill, but it's a consolation prize for the rest of the game.
That has to be game.
Free look onto Elder if they want it, but it looks like Play4Bot just wants to go for the end.
A Catalyst must be
though, looking onto Catalyst, trying to flash away. There, but he gets a kill on Herb Smoker. N0 though still up and available. Lucianol, the 80 carry. Last big damage to the left. Catalyst has to go back to base for a second here. They're gonna lose the mid inhibitor. Can they push for the end in a 3v3? There's still 30 seconds on to Apto. Mr. Lazy looking for Catalyst, can't find it. They go down, the Berserk is there! And now Vagar in trouble, finds the kill! That's one more for Lucianol, the Resurrect! It's gonna be an overstay, the ball thrown to the other hand. Abba rooted up, taken out! They're all gone! It's a full ace with 9 seconds left on the support for Play4Bot.
And the Elder Dragon is up.
And Elder is up and available. Do they go for that? I think they have to go the other. I don't think they have the time for end. Hearthstoker's up in 20 seconds. It's only 50 left. They don't have a wave. They have minions pushing in. It's got to be the Elder, as Virus is going to speed his way in to try and stall this one out. The Pike. Here comes the Hexgate. They know he's there. There's that Apto. Finds the target. The Everfrost doesn't connect. The stun is there, but the W just does too much damage. And it'll be a pick on the support now. It's Elder Dragon to Penn State Black as they push towards the enemy inhibitor turret.
There it is! There it is! He sold his Guardian Angel and he bought Blade of the...
It's happened! He sold the GA! But these turrets do not last long. They have to stall. N0 is back up. That is the last hope, the final dream for Play4Bot. I know I've said it before. Stun cage connects on Orn again. It can't keep happening. Not like this. Herb Smoker trying to cut away. Apto going to chase him down. They're not going to let this Viego live too long, as Apto. Yep, Elder secures that one, but N0 is still up. They're stalling just long enough. Virus will be back up in 15 seconds, and then they have the resets. Abba as well, back up and available. No Orn Horn to initiate. It's just going to be an honorable base contest with no minions. That means advantage goes to the defender, as Cold Ice Bottom might just int away the game. Going for that E as he goes down to half HP, low HP. The execute possibly there. Heal has to come out, but it's not going to be enough. Pike still easily in execute range. There goes the second inhibitor. They have to try to... You gotta feel like this has got to be the end push. Apto looking for it. Stun cage doesn't connect. Here comes the curtain call. They're going to look for the re-engage onto N0. They still cannot get a minion wave in here. They're finally going to get on the Nexus turret. 21 seconds on the jungle. They're not ulti going out to try to zone away. Cold Ice Bottom can't find anything. Opto dodges away from the stun cage. Here comes Orn Horn part 2. It knocks up 2. Opto's in, but the shutdown's there for Vagar. Can they finish the Nexus? It's so dark close, but the Nexus goes down. Penn State Black from the brink of defeat come all the way, and once again at a deficit will take game number 3, and they're going to the PSU LCS Spring Finals.
The power of the level 18 Cassidy. I felt like I was watching a game of basketball. They were just throwing it back and forth. It's a banger. It's a banger. It's a banger.
From the headaches of draft, the mechanical misplays, to the absolute god outplays. This is quite the series we have just witnessed.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. That was just insane. That was just everything that could go wrong for both teams at every single moment did go wrong.
And somehow, some way, with an Elder contest.
I almost forgot. The Kiana Vigar pick in the early game. I don't even know how that turned out because it felt.
The Kiana. The thing was, it was mirrored on both sides because for the vast majority of these games, it was Kiana was useless, but at the same time, so was kind of Jin. So like they evened out for a while. The difference is Jin scales.
Jin does scale, and Kiana just could not do anything.
The ults were there sometimes. Again, it was a setup for executes with Pyke, with Viego, with Veigar, and it just didn't materialize. That last few plays, the pick underneath the Nexus turrets to swing the game entirely the other direction. And hey, we were correct, man. 4 Barons was not enough.
The Vigar scaling didn't even come into play, really, I felt. That was very strange. I was expecting him to be one-shotting people later in the game, but it just never happened.
I mean, he wasn't one-shotting. There's a lot of health on. There's a lot of MR. But, he did his job. Him and N0 and D'Oliveira were the pick makers that were making that game happen in the late game for a lot of it. Especially dealing with the Kassadin. Very well played as well. I mean, they tried both teams tried their hearts out. That much for them. I'm not gonna
No, they were
good
definitely
games
playing
because
their
there was
minds
some freaking clown fiesta style of play sometimes, but
they were trying.
well fought. Well
yes.
fought is I'll give it a well fought.
Interviews? Mike is asking interviews Kappa in chat.
Mike, do you want us to interview you? Is that
Yeah,
something
would you
that you
like
would
an
like?
interview?
Is that something that you would
Would you
like to do?
to talk about these games? Sure.
All right, hop in here, buddy. That is your prerogative.
We got interview questions for him?
I have questions.
Oh, you've got questions.
I have
All right.
questions. I'm not gonna say it's interview question, but we have questions. That much is certain. We're gonna wait for
All right.
Mr.
Here he
Catalyst.
is. He joined.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you, Mr. Catalyst, for joining us for some winners interviews. So, first question: what's it like playing catch on Summoner's Rift?
Well, let me
Just
tell you,
throwing between you guys the whole time.
Yeah, it was like I don't even know if I want to call that bloody. I think that, I mean, personally, I think I played like pretty poorly this series. Maybe save for game one, but I was definitely very back and forth. Yeah, I agree. And it was messing with me. Yeah, there was there was a lot going through my mind. But yeah, it was.
How's the mental of the team in that third game though?
The mental, I think honestly, I think 40% of us were like, this guy's like, this fucking sucks. Like, oh, sorry, this sucks. This is really hard. This is a really tough game. Like, we were pretty down, but we did pick scaling comps, and like Derek, my mid laner, just he just kept trying to bring our tempo up, and just helping us stay motivated and everything, and same with Peter and Tony. But yeah, everyone just we stayed positive, and we just played to our win con, just get the Kassadin as fat as possible, just eat all the resources, and we managed to turn around. I think after the first when we aced them after they got Baron, or not an ace, but we killed 4 of them. I think that that was when I kind of thought that okay, we can really win this. So
yeah, that was just insane to watch.
Yeah,
that's not even a question. I'm just saying that was just insane to watch.
For sure. I think the enemy team they played really really well. I think that I think Hoodie, Herb Smoker, I think he played a really really good game. I think that the Karthus pick, we definitely didn't expect the late invade into the into the game 1. Mm-hmm. So I mean, we kind of had to adapt to that as it happened. but you know, it ended up working out. So that was fine. But yeah, I think the enemy team played really well. I think they kind of trolled their draft game 3,
Yes.
but
A little
um,
bit.
but you know, I like props them for trying to innovate with like the lane swapping and stuff. I don't even know if you want to call it innovation, I guess, but just trying something different, I guess. But I think honestly they played really well. Virus, I hate you. Always in my jungle. You're just putting wards down. Just pick me up. Yeah, it's just. But yeah, they
LCS
played
only.
really well. They played really well. So
Yep. I
Yeah,
have
no,
no
well
other
played.
questions because I'm still trying to process what I just watched myself.
Wait, you said you
yeah,
had questions.
no,
I had questions. I
um
didn't say I had interview questions. I just had questions in general, like what happened, why.
yeah,
It's very
just
basic, broad,
I think yeah,
psychological
game 2 and
questions.
3, like honestly, it was just like all my team. Honestly, um, like we didn't. I think like our draft, like we didn't. We got to play Renata like twice, and then we played Lulu the other game.
Mhm.
I think Stu played really well. And I think that yeah, I just didn't really honestly do a lot in the last 2 games, and I think my team really put on a performance. So yeah, just
Sometimes
thankful
you
for
get
that.
carried.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, you take that free LP when you get it, man.
Yeah. That's what I do.
true. I'm just yeah. Last game I was just playing Graves and playing Farm Simulator. So
Hey, man,
Anyway,
whatever
GG.
works. Either way, yeah, good games. Uh,
yeah,
I have nothing else because, like I said, I'm still
Yeah.
working on the specifics of that soup. But
same. I think we're still kind of trying to process it. But
yep. So that's it. That's all we have for stream
Yeah.
today. We have another game tomorrow night, Easter Sunday special, at 8 p.m. for our final semifinals match.
whew,
So be sure to stick around for that one. It's going to be Concal's Boosters versus the Universe. Easter Sunday matchup. So we'll be casting that one as well. Without any other wise though, I've been Infamous Trash. Thank you, Connor, for joining me today.
Glad to be here.
Yep, and we will catch you guys tomorrow night on the Rift.
thanks a lot.
All right. See ya.